morning, Ghana. Good morning, lovely listeners of GhanaTalks Radio. Yes, it's a beautiful brand new day, and you are welcome to the GhanaTalks Breakfast Show. This is your news headline review. Here we bring you all the latest headlines making waves in the news, from business to politics, from sports to entertainment, and everything in between. We got you covered with the most relevant stories. As usual, I remain your host, Esna Fiagbedu. And on my news headline review this morning, as Miss Debbie, Miss Regina will be joining us shortly. Good morning, Miss Debbie.
Good morning.
How are you doing?
I'm fine.
Okay. You didn't ask me, so I'm also fine. Happy Workers' Day.
How are you doing?
I'm fine.
Okay.
I'm good. I'm good. Just that my night was short. I didn't sleep early yesterday. Yeah.
Stressful day out.
I know, right?
You're managing.
But happy Workers' Day anyways.
Yes, happy Workers' Day to you as well.
Oh, so today what are we supposed to be doing?
To honor workers and recognize their hard work and dedication of workers in various industries. On this day, they appreciate workers, and I think those who have really played a very big role in a company's development and seen to the affairs of the company. Some of these companies award these workers to motivate them to do more. Then it's also a day to advocate for workers' rights. So on this day, awareness are raised about labor issues, fair wages, and then better working conditions.
Wow.
Then on this day also, we participate in parades and events.
Yeah.
Attend rallies. And on this day, workers actually, some group of company bring out program that you are supposed to, they teach things about working styles. And after that, this thing comes in.
The item 13 comes in. So this is more or less like a day they appreciate workers and then acknowledge them for their good work they are doing in an organization.
So it wouldn't be bad at all if manager will come to them and you'll be like, oh, looking at you guys, you've done a very good job.
Well,
so,
the day hasn't ended yet, so let's hope.
I'm just reminding
him. Anyways.
I know he will do it. As for Money Day, he's good in that.
Oh, yeah. So basically that is what the Workers' Day is all about. So last year I saw that some workers went to march at the Independence Square. So, but I don't know if they'll be doing it this time around this year.
Well, I don't know, but I'm sure they will do it. I'm sure they will, because today is their day. Today when I was coming, someone was like, are you going
to work?
I don't know. I feel like laughing and crying at the same time. But then it's normal. Right. And I told him that, media don't sleep.
So
that's the nature of our works. We have no option.
We need to be on the grounds all the time.
Sure.
We have to bring you the gist and the news and make sure we keep you informed of and whatever updated. That is going on, either locally and internationally as well. All right. So before we dive into our news headline review for today, the Boko fight. So Otumfuo Osei the second was actually supposed to hold a mediation and to sorting out their conflict. But yesterday I saw in the news that it has been postponed. Yes, it has been postponed. What's your overview of that? Was it that they weren't compliant, like they weren't comporting themselves, or maybe they didn't put some things in place? That is why they have to, go back to the drawing board and then do the needful. Well, what is your thought?
I'm sure maybe they want to do their homework very well and then come back later to tackle this issue. And the Boko conflict, that conflict is something that would take time. We respect Otumfuo and we know what he can do. In as much as he's being respected, we should know that this has to do with a particular tribe, Northerners. And then what Otumfuo is doing is actually good, because it's to bridge this gap that is like, people usually say that the Asantis do not actually relate with other religions and so, but it's not so. But look at this conflict. It's an issue that I see that it would take time for it to resolve. in as much as they respect Otumfuo can say his best, but then it will take time. I'm not sure if Otumfuo gets there today, the next minute it will be resolved, because they've tried possible means and then still the conflict is ongoing. So with this kind of people and this sort of conflict, it will take a whole lot. But then if peace should reign in Boku, when we sleep, we will sleep. Because trust me, they are part of Ghana. They are Ghanaians.
Yeah.
And they are going through something, and it's like the whole country is being affected. I won't say we are being affected, say something like this or that, but we are being affected because they are deploying military there. And I'm sure money is also being pumped into it, because when they go there, they have to ensure that this military are being fed, they have a place to sleep, and a whole lot. So this is the time for them to sit down and realize that, see, we've done ourselves more harm than good. Let's just come together and then resolve these issues once and for all. Because even if Otumfuo tries his best and you've made up your mind that you won't change, you will still not change. Because you can still be advising someone and the person have it in mind that what you're doing Kosiaga, and still the person wouldn't change. So I feel like change has to start with the mentality. So even though Otumfuo is trying his best, they should also sit up and do something. They should come to the realization that they are doing themselves more harm. And trust me, this conflict is retarding development in that country. Just imagine you are being transferred there. Will you go?
No.
You won't go, because one, your life is at stake. Businesses have been halt. Students don't go to school. Everything don't go on well. Like, everything is just bad. And with this, you still want someone to come and tell you that it's getting out of hand. So you should just bring a stop to it. But with them postponing it, I feel like maybe they want to put certain things in order and then go back stronger.
Wow. So for your information, the Boko Peace talk has been postponed and a new date will be confirmed soon. So that is it with regards to the peace fight. All right. Miss Regina, how are you doing? Happy Workers' Day.
Yeah.
So today, what's up? What did happen?
Oh, nothing.
Today is a holiday.
Yeah.
Are we going out?
Yeah, definitely we would.
Bells on hair. All right, let's dive straight into our news headline for today. Majority of Ghanaians want Council of State abolished. Professor Kwesi Prempeh reveals. The chairperson of the Constitutional Review Committee, Professor Henry Kwesi Prempeh, has revealed that preliminary findings from the committee show significant public support for abolishing the Council of State. Professor Prempeh noted that many Ghanaians question the relevance of the council, citing its vague mandate, limited public understanding of its function, and frequent disregard of its advice by the executive. However, during the swearing-in of the 31-member Council of State on February 18, 2025, Council Chairman and former Speaker of Parliament, Edward Doe, dismissed calls for its abolition. He emphasized the Council's commitment to playing a vital role in national development. These are his words. There is the view that if we must have a Council of State, then it must at least be in position to solve very high-level issues when it comes to peace and conflict resolution. There's a search for a better purpose of the Council of State. So if we were to find a good purpose, how might we also reconstitute it in terms of membership so that we push back the abolition sentiment, because that is quite a widespread sentiment, which surprises me actually. But a lot of people want the Council of State to disappear. So this is coming from Professor Kwesi Prempeh, and he says that majority of Ghanaians want Council of State abolished. Do you think we can do without the Council of State in this country, Miss Debbie?
Without the Council of State.
First off, who are the Council of State?
No, the Council of State are people who give or counsel on national issues, policy matters, and governance. And they also advise on constitutional interpretation as well.
Right.
So in short, I'll say that the Council of State actually advises the president on matters that relate to the state, that relate to, anything that has to do with the affairs of the state. And the Council of State cannot be scrapped just like that, because see, it's a constitutional body that is established by Article 89 of the 1992 Constitution. So it means this Council of State, before you scrap it, then it means you have to go through parliamentary procedures or approval, or
even submit a bill.
Exactly, because this is something that is written in the Constitution. So we are just abiding by it. I remember some time ago, was this the former, I'm not sure it's the former speaker. He was like, we should scrap. Someone was like, we should scrap the state of members of state, right? Someone was like, we should scrap the members of state, and he was like, no, it can't be done. Sorry, I can't remember the person though, but the person is a top official in government. So the person was like, no, we can't scrap it. And as I said, this is something that is written in the Constitution, and it has to be done. What evidence do you have to show that these people are not really doing their work properly? Is it because of the Chief Justice issue? Which I'll say yes. And because
you think is in relation to the issue of the Chief Justice?
Because some political parties think that so far as our party has appointed the person, you have no right to suspend the person. And since you are suspending the person, it means the person advising you is giving you the wrong advice. Because let's not forget that when this issue came, it was first pushed to the members of state.
Council of State.
Council of State. The Council of State to, deliberate on the matter and then get back to us, right? So they feel like the person giving the president advice is not actually giving him the right advice, so they have to scrap it. But no, I'm not sure we can scrap the Council of State like that. And this is they've appointed them not quite long, and they are doing their work. And we can't say that in the space of 4 months they are not doing well. So because of your own personal benefits, we should scrap them. No. For me, I don't feel it can work that way.
Ms. Virginia, do you think we can do away with the Council of State?
Okay.
And first off, you can give us an overview of the Council of State, who they are, and then their relevance.
All right. So first off, the Council of State, I think they cannot be scrapped. They are very important in our society. They are very important in making sure, seeing to the day-to-day activities of what goes on in government, what goes on in parliament, everything. So first off, let's look at the importance of Council of State. So the Council of State in Ghana is a constitutional established advisory body with a key role in promoting good governance, wisdom-based leadership, and checks and balances. And let's look at its importance. First of all, constitutional advisory role. The Council advises the President of Ghana on national issues, policy decisions, appointments, and governance. While its advice is not legally binding, it often carries significant weight. And secondly, ensures experienced inputs and leadership. It is composed of eminent citizens, including former public officials, traditional leaders, regional representatives who bring deep experience, wisdom, and balance to national decisions. And thirdly, oversight of key appointments. So before our president, John Dramani Mahama, can make an appointment, he sees to it that the Council of State have done their work thoroughly. So the council must be consulted before the president makes major appointments, including the Chief Justice, chairpersons of constitutional commissions, governors of the Bank of Ghana, ambassadors. This ensures these roles are filled thoughtfully and fairly. And we also have the national unity and stability and constitutional mandates, conflict resolution, and mediation. The council often acts as behind the scenes mediator in political or constitutional tensions, helping avoid public crisis or power struggles. Should I move on?
That's okay. But how many people or how many Ghanaians are aware that there's something called Council of State? Because from his submission, he said Ghanaians do not even understand who the Council of State are, their work and then their function as well. And aside, he's saying that they are vague, limited public understanding of its function, and the frequent disregard of its advice by the executive.
So if most Ghanaians do not know about who the Council of State is, their benefits, why they are
their relevance and
their relevance, what's the best thing to do? For you to come out and educate the people on who the Council of State is, rather than just jumping
into conclusions
that they should be scrapped. So now, if they are scrapped, who then fills in that position of the Council of State?
So in his words, he's saying the majority of Ghanaians wants Council of State abolished.
Who?
Well, I don't even... no statistics were actually presented.
Survey has been done. Then it means he's the majority himself.
Wow. Miss Debbie?
You see, when you want to talk about issues like this, there should be a survey where you will show. I think some time ago there was a survey that they brought out that I think they said 50% of Ghanaians said they want the Chief Justice out.
Yeah.
So if you are talking about the Council of State, there should be something like that. Then you show us, you draw your tally and everything for us
and
to
tell
know
us why the majority of Ghanaians
the number of people you interrogated
wanted to be abolished.
Then with that we can, maybe put it into consideration that at least. But here lies the case. You see, with Yama Kasaya for Ghana, so everybody at all just stand up and they say something that they want to say.
Well, he is a member of, he is the chairperson of the Constitutional Review Committee.
So,
well,
maybe he's saying that. Wow.
So, in your opinion, you think you are not part of the majority of Ghanaians?
I'm not, because he has not interrogated me. I've not even met him anywhere.
No Ghanaian is part of the majority he's talking about. Since there's no survey, there's no pool on that. No
or statistics,
Ghanaian, exactly. No
that
Ghanaian
is telling us. Yeah. Wow, that's fine. All right, moving on. Suspend thank you to. It will deepen divisions. This is coming from Kwejo Impeni to NPP. Former Chief of Staff Kwejo Impeni has criticized the New Patriotic Party ongoing thank you tour, calling for it to be suspended immediately. He argues that the tour is ill-timed and unhelpful in the aftermath of the party's defeat in the 2024 general elections. Mr. Impeni described the tour as a misplaced priority and urged party leaders to shift their focus towards internal reflection and addressing the issues that contributed to the electoral loss. Mr. Impeni clarified that, as he is not a member of the party's National Council, he is unaware of the reasons behind the decision to embark on the tour. Nevertheless, he questioned its timing and warned that it might deepen internal divisions. This is what he says. There is a need to suspend the thank you tour, he said. What is happening is not good for the party. The NPP must take a step back, go indoors and find a way out of this mess. Yeah. So the thank you tour, the controversies of the thank you tour, whereas most Ghanaians are saying that it shouldn't be thank you tour, but it should be forgive me tour. So this is what Mr. Kwejo Impeni has to say with regards to the thank you tour. He says that it should be suspended immediately because it's deepening division. And yesterday we saw Kennedy Japan withdrawing from the thank you tour. In actual sense, what is your overview? Do you think this thank you tour in the first place was necessary?
You know, when I saw it, I was like, well, these people, they want to revive the party, because even before they appointed a flag bearer for the New Patriotic Party, you know, a lot of key people in the party wanted to be the flag bearer, and it brought so the same party, but we have groups like the Kennedy Japan campaign, Baumia campaign,
right,
Alan campaign, and Sananukra. They have groups within the party. And so going on the tour, when I saw the other campaign, involved in it, I was like, wow, this is a nice one, because there is already this unity in the party. And this one, you don't need a political analyst to tell you this. You can see it. Everything shows that there is this unity in the party. And so when you are going on a tour, and then you can see the Baumia campaign members, and then Kennedy Japan campaign members and other campaign members coming together to appreciate Ghanaians. I was thinking this is going to bring, a fruitful result. But at the end of the day, it's resulted into chaos to the extent that someone was stabbed. And this is a thank you tour. It should be cancelled immediately. Because one, you are disgracing the party. And two, we already know it's a party in good, but they are trying to revive it. And this is also happening again. So which kind of message are they trying to convey to us? And then I saw instances where people were like, the vice president is trying to push himself out of the mess they've caused the country, and then he's pushing the former president. First, I was like, no, but then when I listened, I was like, in a way, he's right, because you were the finance minister. You were the finance minister, and I said finance minister, vice president, but then he was, I think,
he was part of the
yes,
committee.
Not the finance minister, I'm sorry, but then part of the committee, sort of. And you brought ideas. You were there when the E-levy was passed.
We were even here, and then we saw in the news that Dr. Baumia wasn't even in support of the E-levy. But here lies the case.
You
were
not
there.
in support, because you actually made everything known that you liked it. Pompe champagne now, so you tell me you don't like it. You were there, Sam. You ate the cake. You ate the cake, and then she said he was acting, you see. Oh, so what he's saying is true. It should be forgive me, and then be sincere. Me can be, but you can I say he's taking away from him. Me can be, obia can be, but she said the extra more. Banaba. That's the only thing.
But then I'm going to say, what are they thanking us for? For the fact that we made them rich? Probably.
And to the extent that you are still, buttressing this current government as well, that they had no message, and then they were, stealing some of your message to, should I say, publish or tell Ghanaians also. This is not the time to go and be adding people's problem to your problem. Just be sincere. Go straight to the matter. And then we spend the money. We did what we were not supposed to do. So please forgive us. We are ready to change.
All right.
But what they are doing, not ready to change that party.
So what would be your advice for them?
My advice for them is together, just like Kennedy Japan said, together you stand, divided you fall. Even if the party, we the citizens see that the party is not working, you can make it work again. Yeah, Bibian say, we do mistake, right? We are human beings. We do mistakes sometimes. So you've already erred, but then come out. Even if there is a misunderstanding in the party, it shouldn't be known to the public. It should be discussed behind doors. That's the only advice I can give. But when you're washing your dirty in public, then what are you trying to convey?
All right, Miss Gina.
All right, so. A thank you though by the New Patriotic Party should energize grassroots. They should rather thank delegates, and also the thank you tour should rather unite them rather than this causing disunity, and it should heal wounds rather than deepening these wounds, in the sense that it looks like these people in this same party have issues going on underneath. They have ill sentiments in regards to each another. That is what I feel is in the NPP party. And this thank you tour, in my opinion, it wasn't strategized well. If this thank you tour was really strategized well, it shouldn't cause all this disunity, all this brouhaha we are seeing on the internet. It's shameful for you to see Kennedy Japan. It's very shameful for you to see Abronya on, is it Abronya? Abronye. See, Abronye. Nidin kwane ne hona, excuse me to say, nidin kwane ne hona men say. So it was very shameful. Yesterday when I watched the video, I was like, how can top officials do this? And Kennedy, Japan, fine. It's good to defend yourself when people are being ungrateful, but we were not there when you were helping him or whatever that was going on. We were not there. So you don't, I don't see the need, or I don't see the usefulness as to why you need to come out to tell us, especially organizing a press conference just within the issue happened. So this, thank you to, it is good in a way, but it is bad in a way. I feel that they should really strategize it well and make sure that strategic measures are put in place to make sure that the thank you Thor is a success. It shouldn't. You are coming out to thank people and you are causing issues. And even why are you even coming out to thank us for what?
In the first place.
In the first place, like for what?
You felt it was unnecessary.
It's unnecessary.
So what should they have done rather?
As you said, forgive me though.
All right, moving on to our last story. Ghana Premier League is not attractive anymore. Ghana football legend Mohamed Poli has expressed concern about the declining quality of the Ghana Premier League, describing it as unattractive compared to previous generations. Polo said he had expected the league to improve significantly over the years. Instead, he believes the standard of play has dropped, making the league less appealing to fans. However, he acknowledged that the current administration of the Ghana football is making efforts to improve the game, particularly through training and development of coaches. These are his words. We have played football here and witnessed many generations, but with this current generation, we expected even better football because records are meant to be broken. Unfortunately, it's not happening. The league is simply not attractive. The management of the league is doing their best. This is the only administration I know in the history of Ghana football that actively encourages and supports the training of coaches, he added. Do you believe that the Ghana Premier League is no longer attractive? Because that takes us back to the death of is it Poli? Poli, when he was stabbed during a game, and then up to now we haven't heard anything with regards to his issue.
Especially those who were allegedly arrested. Yes, so we've heard nothing about it.
If they are paying for their deeds or something, that's so sad.
I don't know. The Ghana Premier League, is it different from the Black Stars?
Yeah,
it's different. See, I'll add a Black Stars to it. After all, they are all footballers, and they all reside in Ghana here, even though there's something called player exodus, where these people leave their own country and go play for other foreigners. That is what the player exodus means. So these people, even though they are not here, they still are a part of Ghana. And I would say that they add, either good or bad, they are significantly important to we Ghanaians in a way, when it comes to our football matches. And over the years, should I say, the Football Association has been politicized. That is what most people are saying, that the Football Association has been politicized. I don't know much about sporting, but that is what spectators, people who are in depth, who are really knowledgeable about football, that is what they are saying. One thing I know is, for you to be a good footballer, you need to be trained well. And when you are being trained well, when you get to the football pitch, you need to exhibit that training. But it looks like these people, they will be trained, of top officials will come to them, encourage them, advise them, and when they get to the pitch, or when they get to the football, is it football pitch?
Yeah.
When they get to the football pitch, they'll be doing a different thing altogether. And I don't want to attribute the Ghana Premier League or the Football Association not being attractive anymore to maybe supporters. Maybe supporters have lost interest, and also our stadium is not really attractive. Our stadium, especially for you to have the morale of these people, regardless of passion or whatever, the stadium needs to also be attractive. I remember a time where Ghana hosted an all-African games, and some people had to leave the game because of poor infrastructure in our stadium, which is wrong. So the Ghana Premier League not really being attractive. We are not footballers. We are not top officials who deal with issues like this. So the people who deal with issues like this, supporters, people who really like sports, should come together and fight this fight. Yeah.
So what can they do? What do you think they can do to revive it or make it attractive?
It's to invest in coaching development. Because we have to enhance coaching standards by providing regular training and workshops for these people, and as well we have to promote development. Youth development in sports. We have people who actually have this talent to play balls and stuffs, and then they don't have anybody to encourage and invest into them, their talent. And then most of these academies we have, like we have Accra Academy, right, basically for football stuffs and stuff. Those academies that we have that delve more into football and stuffs, I believe it should be enhanced. We should do proper, shall I say, renovation? Yes, renovation is also needed, and provide them with the necessary tools that they will need to upgrade on themselves. Because see, as the world is evolving and everything is changing, even in the working sectors, with football, so I know different techniques are coming up. The old way of playing ball is no more existent or does not exist again. People have new skills in playing balls and stuffs. And so I feel like when these things are upgraded, and you see the coaches that teach them, I always say that it's not about changing the coaches. It's about getting someone who knows his work and who can impact these people to make the football, very attractive. The football is no longer attractive. Or even a child born today can tell you that Ghana football is no longer attractive like it used to be. Do you remember those days when you don't even know ball inside? Because they tell you Ghana is playing.
Yeah, so excited.
You are happy.
Go.
Those times, Asamoah come in, Asamoah.
Yeah.
And when they are shouting Asamoah, you also be saying Asamoah.
Number 3 especially.
Yes. You also be shouting Asamoah. That happiness was there. That joy of we backing our people was there. But now, and I can't blame the football. I have to blame everybody, like from the committee to the coach to the footballers. Everybody needs to be blamed. Because if you go to these footballers today, they will tell you that they are not being catered for well. Some of them will tell you that they've dedicated their time.
So that the pay is not good.
You see, especially when you get injury or something, they have to stay home. They don't even care about you again. As if you've not impact or you've not done anything for the country. And playing for Ghana is like playing for your country. So when something happens to you, the country has to take your cost and then ensure that you feel good. Trust me, when you feel good, the next time you put your all in all, because you feel like they are there for you. But in a case where you feel like, as I may bomb my homebody, but it looks as if and and so many, then you also feel reluctant to put in your best. And I did their terminal sono. Oh, that one is for we the Ghanaians, we the citizens.
But you think much. In a way we Ghanaians also play a role in discouraging them, because sometimes the way we sit on TV and others station on media, and even on social media, bashing these footballers when things don't go really well. Do you think we are a contributing factor to why it's even becoming unattractive and these footballers are even discouraged?
100% though. 100%. Yeah, no, like we are bluffing like this. When they give you a shoe to stand on the pitch, we will see if you can score one goal.
You know, what you are saying, most people will be like, "Born na yedi man now, they pia born you 2 goal ni mu keke." What is it called? The Amusha go to Muno.
Is it Po?
Yeah, it's Po.
Yeah. Don't be like Faboni Tumukeke. I'll be like, Faboni Tumukeke. Just
easy.
I think it's that easy, but it's not. We sit down here and then we talk as if when they get to us a football. Even back in schools, football, I hear what to me about. And I do even
after running few minutes, then you're tired. You're out of breath.
Yeah.
So I feel like football itself have to do with everything, like your emotions, your mentality, everything. And so when you're talking like you say obedient no will too much, it has an effect on you. If you are doing something, somebody will be like, what is that? Even if you are doing what you like panel, like when I say Jojo some way.
You know, these people are humans. Even though if currently or if they are live on the pitch, whatever criticism we throw to these people, they do not hear about it. But after the match, I believe they wouldn't train for how many years and go to the pitch and just be doing anything they want. They also put in their efforts. So they try their best on the pitch. But once they come out, they also have phones. They see what is going on social media. Do you think if I put in my best in something and I come back home and I see that people are insulting, people are bashing me,
how would you even feel?
Exactly. How would you even feel?
So we Ghanaians, we also play a role. That is why the league is
100.
unattractive.
Just look at when last year they played the ball. Almost share an NES from I can't even remember. And then that would be
this year we also play.
Yeah. Then it would be last 2 years when a prophet came out that Kudus will not score. Look at this. So someone who is going to play ball,
all these words are getting into their head.
Just imagine. I'm sure that he's the person or Tia, a Fahana Pia. If not, that goal on score because that day he scored massive goals for Ghana. Prophecy where you can pray for the person in secret.
Wow.
But what Becca and a young couple so
God doesn't give.
Oh, I love God.
And also that brings me to when you talk about is it Pole when he was stabbed. This is not the first time we've heard of people being injured in stadiums or on football pitches and all that. This means that is it the Ghana Football Association really needs to look at the stadium experience. They really need to make it safe, friendly and conducive for the supporters especially. I don't know if they need to set boundaries, but people can't keep on getting hurt or people can't be losing their lives due to football, something we are so passionate about. So if they know that when I get to the stadium I'll get hurt, when I get to the stadium someone will stab me with something, there's no way people would even venture there in the first place. And I don't know, Ghanaians, why would you be going to a stadium and be armed? That is something we also need to look at.
That's very sad.
But does it mean that the security there wasn't tight?
Maybe. I would say that. Because when you go into a stadium, like 2 people, 3 people, police officers, 2, 3. Looking at this whole, a lot of people there.
Yeah. So I think with the issue of Pole, we are just hoping to hear some news that maybe the perpetrators or whoever was involved in that incident is brought to book. Wow. So thank you so much for joining us on our news headline review. Up next, we have Debbie's Grill.
Good morning and welcome to the holiday edition of Debbie's Grill, where we deal on issues that matters to the state. Now trust me, there's been another expose, and this time around, this expose is a hit. It's a very big hit. Now let's look at this. The Attorney General and Minister for Justice, Dr. Dominic Ayene, has disclosed that Ghana Water Limited paid a monthly amount of 1.5 million to the former Director General of the National Signal Bureau, Kwabena Edu Boahen, an arrangement that became a key issue in his recent arrest. Now, speaking at a press conference, he cited a contract between the Ghana Water Company Limited and an East Wall Bureau of National Communications, under which the Ghana Water Company Limited was to pay 1.5 million monthly in exchange for secure internet services. However, according to the Attorney General, instead of directing the funds to the official account of the Bureau, Edu Boahen provided Ghana Water Company Limited with the account details of his private company, BNC Communication Bureau Limited, diverting state funds for personal gain. So this was the same person, ex-NSS boss, that there was this charges leveled against him. Leading to this ghost names and stuffs and a whole lot of stuffs. And we heard about this issue and the promise that things are in place to ensure that we'll get to know more about the issue. And then waking up today, this is another issue that has been brought on board. That a money, 6,500 sum of money or amount of money that was supposed to be directed to the Ghana Water Company Limited was being directed into his own account. So this is the question that keeps popping in mind. Before we appoint someone, don't the person go through, due processes? Don't they check the files of the person, the background of the person, where the person has worked before, the positive change the person have caused in that sector or that institution before handing or giving appointment to the person? Because I feel like before you appoint someone, you have to know a legacy of the person. I'm not sure we just wake up and then we appoint people. There should be something about you that triggers maybe the president or the government to appoint you, because it means you've actually done something very good somewhere or in your previous institution or your previous sector that is actually pushing them to give you the appointments because they feel like you can do this work and do it well. 6,500 is not small money. It's not small money. And it's straight into your private account, just like that. And I was shocked that nobody got to know about this until now. So the question people kept asking, and I personally keep asking myself, is, are they just going to be exposed or justice will be served? Because this is too much. You as an individual, look at the kind of, money you've embezzled and then squandered with your family. See, we've make, getting appointments being so lucrative in this country that when people get into the state, the only thing they think about is themselves and their family. Because you will see someone being appointed and then within a twinkle of an eye, the person is massively rich, just like that. And then no investigation goes on to assess the person and then find out whether the money this person is getting, whether it is duly from the hard work he's doing at the company, or the person is illegally squandering money from the state. Because they will appoint somebody this month, and then the next month the person owns about 14 or 12 houses in 12 regions. The person buy vehicles, and then still we feel like it's okay. And then we feel like God is blessing the person. I think it's about time we start to bring some laws that are so hardened to hit hard on these people. Because it's getting too much. And then everybody that gets into the working space, they want to embed some money for themselves. They don't want to think about the state again. And see, we Ghanaians will be so disappointed in this government and even in the Attorney General, because I know Basically, his role is to investigate into this matter and then ensure that he has vivid evidence. And according to what he said yesterday, he has evidence to all these claims he is making. So since there is vivid and solid evidence to back this claim, then the person should be dealt with accordingly. This without mercy or fear or favor. The person needs to face justice, because we'll be so disappointed if issues like this are brought on board and then at the end of the day we hear nothing about it. And that has become something very normal in this country. We made a lot of exposés and then at the end of the day no one is arrested. They are walking about, happily, boldly, chest out. And this is actually promoting people, encouraging and motivating them to embezzle more from the state. But trust me, when we use one as an scapegoat, when we use one person as an scapegoat, there is no way we'll encounter issues like this. That is why I'm not surprised if when all this sector some time ago came out complaining, and then everybody was thinking the government wasn't doing its work well, the government wasn't doing, and these people are they are part of the failures of the government, and I would say they are part of the downfall of the government. Because when you appoint all these people without assessing them, then trust me, they are going to pull down your legacy and make sure that your legacy is being battered with mud. So please and please, it's not only about exposing. Let's put in our best and ensure that these people are arrested. They are made to face law. Justice should be served. You cannot embezzle such a huge sum of money with your wife and your children, and then you still walk chest out so boldly, and then you see these people sitting on television station telling you that they started their business with 1 cedi. They walked from Accra to Volta region to make it. Let's arrest them. Thank you for making time with me on Debbie's Girl.
That was a girl, wasn't it? Miss Regina, wasn't it a girl?
It was a grenache.
Hey, they walk chest out with 1 cedi. They said they made it with 1 cedi.
And walk from here to where?
Volta region.
That was indeed a girl from Debbie's Girl. Miss Regina.
Yeah.
What do you have for us?
Mine is not a girl. Mine is not a girl.
Educate us.
Okay. So today in history, today exactly 2025, new gold trade regulations. Effective May 1st, 2025, Ghana implemented the policy prohibiting foreigners from trading or purchasing artisanally mined gold. The newly established Ghana Gold Board became the sole entity authorized to buy, sell, assay, and export gold produced by licensed small-scale miners. This initiative aims to enhance regulatory oversight, increase government revenue, and address issues related to illegal gold mining. 1960, first National May Day celebration. Ghana celebrated its inaugural May Day, that is International Workers' Day. President Kwame Nkrumah was honored as the first #1 worker by the Trade Union Congress, highlighting the government's commitment to workers' rights and labor recognition. 1966, temporary suspension of May Day. Following the military coup that ousted President Nkrumah in February 1966, the May Day celebration was suspended that year. However, they resumed in 1967 under the National Liberation Council, reflecting the enduring importance of labor movements in Ghana. 1969, lifting of political party ban. The Ghanaian government lifted the ban on political parties, marking a significant step toward restoring civilian rule. This move paved the way for the drafting of a new constitution and the subsequent elections later that year. 1895, The first recorded May Day celebration in South Africa was organized by the Johannesburg District Trades Council, marking the early roots of labor activism in the country. 1950 today in history. A May Day rally in Johannesburg protesting apartheid policies turned tragic when police opened fire on demonstrators. Moving to some did you know for today. Did you know that your tongue is the only muscle in your body that is only attached at one end? The tongue is indeed the only muscle in your body that is attached to one end. It is attached to the floor of your mouth by the frenulum. The rest of the tongue's muscles are not attached to any bones. Did you also know that babies have around 270 to 300 bones, but adults have only 206 bones fused as you grow? Babies are born with around 270 to 300 bones, but as they grow, some of these bones fuse together to form larger bones, resulting in the 206 bones that adults have. This process is called ossification. Did you know that some people can hear their own eyeball moving? It's a rare condition called superior canal dehiscence syndrome. Superior canal dehiscence syndrome is a rare disorder where a small hole in the bone covering the inner ear can lead to hearing internal sounds like eyeball movements. This is because the opening allows sounds that would normally be internal to be amplified and perceived as external sounds. Did you know that pigeons propose to their mate with a pebble? If the female accepts it, they bond for life. Pigeon species like Gentoo pigeons have a unique courtship ritual where males present a pebble to a female as a symbol of love and commitment. If the female accepts the pebble, it can lead to a lifelong bond. And this is where I end today's holiday edition of Did You Know? And today in history, live on GhanaTalks Breakfast Show.
Thank you so much, Miss Regina Bless, for that fascinating fact. Pigeons.
Yeah.
Propose with pebbles.
Yeah.
Pebbles.
A boy pebble. You know we have a smooth
pebble.
Huh?
Pebble, a ball.
Pebble.
Pebble.
No.
Purple is a color.
Yes, so it's pebble.
Oh, my bird.
So it's pebble. Anyways, we didn't lie to you.
What is that?
So I think if you like me, bring me a pebble.
Are
This is for stronger bond.
so you want stronger bond?
Yes. So bring me a pebble. Yes, and I will cherish it for life. All right. Thank you so much for joining us in the first segment of the GhanaTalks Breakfast Show. Right after this, we'll be going out for the news, and after the news, we'll be coming up with the second segment. Please stick and stay with us.
What do you want for breakfast? How do you want your breakfast?
English breakfast. French fries.
Koko Nikosi, alo komi kesheto.
Wache.
Well, Gobe is the real deal.
Join us on Ghana Talks Radio. Let's serve you a buffet of breakfast.
From news headlines review, current affairs to social issues.
Entertainment, sports, and all the trending stories live on our mobile app and across all socials from Monday to Friday, 7 a.m. to 10 a.m.
With me, Pakwesi Omare.
Regina Bless.
Deborah Adoso.
And I am Esinal Fiagbedu. This is Ghana Talks Breakfast Show.
Hello Ghana, hello worldwide. I'm level bam. Now listen, every Tuesday and Friday, beyond the time it's going to carry bro. Our Ghana Talks Radio, 7 p.m. sharp. Now Tuesday, we're gonna talk about our culture, our history. Matuni ding setete abako sem. Now on the Friday, you bars on bars. You better rap, you better say it. No artists go join me in the studio. We're gonna discuss about music and business. Konya, or you singer and now you rapper, you think say you get bars. You go fi spit fire. Now listen, make you join me with studios. Our Ghana Talks Radio and you say then our day. Me say download the Ghana Talks Radio app no. Our Play Store and the App Store. Na tune in and say this what you see. Baba live on Facebook, Kointakra, any Ghana Talks Radio page. And so now listen, ebe your fire. 1 year, Konya, Wading, Jajan.
Ghana Talks Radio, number 1. This is Ghana Talks Radio, the best station rocking the nation. We bring you local news, business news, international, sports, and entertainment news. Right here on GTR.
Good morning and welcome to the morning news broadcast on Ghana Talks Radio. Coming up, ex-National Service boss Edu Boahen accused of 1.3 million theft. Attorney General dares Airplus to spill the truth of NSS scandal. Lawyer in search of democracy accuses Ghana Bar Association of bias over Chief Justice suspension. Fuel prices expected to drop soon. Some aggrieved teachers demands answers over 8 months unpaid salaries. These and many more coming up shortly. My name is Deborah Dorso. To our first story, former Director General of the National Signal Bureau is facing allegation of diverting funds meant for Ghana Water Company Limited internet services into his personal account. According to Attorney General Dominic Ayenin, Edu Boahen provided Ghana Water Company Limited with his company's private account, BNC Communication Bureau Limited account details, which received 650,000 every week, totaling approximately 1.3 million monthly. Attorney General Ayenin expressed confidence in securing convictions, citing through investigations by the Economic and Organized Crime (EOCO). Meanwhile, 11 charges has been leveled against Edu Boahen, his wife, and 2 others facing charges, including stealing, conspiracy, defrauding, and using public office for profit.
Account details company BNC Communications Bureau Limited to Ghana Water, which religiously paid for the internet services. In other words, every 2 weeks when 650,000 Ghana cedis of money from Ghana Water left the bank accounts of Ghana Water. Instead of going to the National Signals Bureau account, it went to the account of a company known as Bureau of National Communications, owned by Kobina Edu Boahen and his wife. Okay? And then they did what they wanted to do with the money. So for every month, Ghana Water paid 1.3 million Ghana cedis to Kobina Edu Boahen and his company, in exchange for internet services provided by the government. Because remember that the National Signals Bureau is a government agency. Now come to think of it, that the government agency is providing secure internet services to Ghana Water Limited, a limited liability company solely owned by the same government. And Ghana Water is spending money that they do not have, okay, to pay for internet services at that cost, 1.3 million Ghana cedis every month. In fact, the figure rose to 1.5 million Ghana cedis every month at the close of our investigations. Now, you remember that in 2020, Bureau of National Communications became National Signals Bureau. And so, because the contract documents stipulated that the payments be made to Bureau of National Communications. Ghana Water then demanded that the check payments be made to National Signals Bureau because of the change in the corporate identity of BNC. What then happened was that any time the check was made out to National Signals Bureau and it landed in the accounts of National Signals Bureau, Kobina Edubohin, as Director of National Signals Bureau, would then immediately write a check to himself and transfer the money. From our investigations, you can see the movement of the money. Immediately it comes from Ghana Water, he signs a check and transfer the money.
You heard from the Attorney General on 1.3 million scandal associated to ex-NSS boss. Moving on, Attorney General Dominic Ayeni has also challenged Kwame Asare-Obeng to reveal what he knows about the National Service Scheme Ghost Name scandal. A+ has been vocal about corruption within the National Service, suggesting that high-ranking officials, including the Attorney General, are implicated. However, the Attorney General urges him to substantiate his allegations rather than making claims that could damage his reputation. He also highlights the need for accountability and transparency in addressing allegations of corruption.
Interestingly, A+ warned me in the post not to do anything silly and that he will come after me if I did. That is laughable. First of all, I do not act silly because I think through the consequences of my actions, not only for my person, but also for others. That is what we were taught in Notre Dame Minor Seminary, and I am proud to say, without fear of any contradiction, that I have kept faith with that principle. Secondly, the threat is laughable because I have nothing to hide. I am reliably informed that his basis of saying that I am corrupt and a thief is that I took campaign contribution from a businessman at East Legon known as Dr. Sledge, and that he also knows the people who donated pickups for my campaign. Now, ladies and gentlemen, if receiving donations for your campaign or getting a pickup for a campaign is thievery or corruption, then there are 276 thieves in Parliament, including the person who was making the allegation himself. So, ladies and gentlemen, if A+ has any evidence of corruption or thievery against me, I am challenging him today to call a press conference and present the evidence or present it to the police to investigate me. In contrast, the media should ask him about the silly thing that I was about to do, which frightened him so much into making that silly post about me. He should be asked what he knows about the National Service ghost name scandal and related matters. If he can give truthful answers to these questions, then Ghanaians will know why he took to social media to do what he did. But let him be warned that in my hometown of Zorungu, we do not fear mud being thrown at us. On the contrary, we walk into the mud to deal with the person doing the mud slinging. And I am prepared to walk into the mud with A+. Because what I have about him and the National Service scandal, he should come and tell you. I'm challenging him. He should come and tell you, the media, and stop cowardly hiding behind social media to make baseless allegations against people who have worked hard to earn a reputation.
Moving on, Lawyers in Search of Democracy has accused the Ghana Bar Association of political bias. The pressure group expressed worry about the Ghana Bar Association perceived partisanship, particularly interfering political officials in their line of duties. They believe the Ghana Bar Association should focus on addressing issues of alleged infringement of citizens' fundamental rights rather than engaging in political discourse. They also criticized the Ghana Bar Association for its silence on essential issues such as voter registration and for seemingly prioritizing the judiciary over its members' welfare. The accusation stemmed from the perception that the Ghana Bar Association has become too closely aligned with the New Patriotic Party, compromising its neutrality and ability to effectively represent lawyers' interests.
The Bar Association has depicted abject double standards in the matter, and it is very shameful. Sadly, our vivid report from the mini bar conference indicated to us that a few MPP elements within the Bar Association who were unhappy that the earlier statement issued by the association did not support the MPP's position on the removal of the Chief Justice had hijacked proceedings at the meeting, argued relentlessly with some executives, stampeded everyone, and pressured the executives of the association into voting on a resolution to unjustly condemn President John Mahama for no fault. The bar executives regrettably succumbed to the pressure and allowed the unthinkable to happen. The baseless resolution was therefore ignominiously, that's a big word, procured, thereby exposing the association to ridicule, considering its earlier.
Now, the Chamber of Petroleum Consumers has projected a reduction in fuel prices with an average drop of 4% across petrol, diesel, heating and liquefied petroleum gas. This decrease is attributed to the deep international petroleum product prices, with crude oil prices hitting their lowest level. COPEC Executive Secretary Duncan Amwa notes that these prices are subject to change if there should be a significance in global petroleum prices. COPEC recommends the government reduce its taxes on fuel products. They also advocate for reviving the Tema oil refinery to reduce reliance on imported refined fuel products.
Yeah, they better petrol boom ya better so ebejina no. Ebesha say yawoda. Thursday baby. Indications are yensaka. Say petrol so betimi ate by 2.4%. Diesel betimi akoform 2.7%. Na LPG so betimi akoform by 5%. Inti overall no likely say Ghanaians ebenya intiso rather than into more. A free yawada echo. Sa entiswoi because international market price no petrol bo no edaso ofom enfrosro crude bo enfrosro finished product on ankasa enfrosro swat think kakra nti say offer numbers are in saka wo industry ni there expectation then is a bo no ebetimi asan esi fom yetie enkomoni bi nsoso ekire se aban panyimfo bi ene Ghana for no bi sinka transport operators no nkomo ntefe no so ye no mo ya adwene nanso ye bokoko transport fare no so wokote so because petrol bo no every 15 na bedru 14 na ensunsan so ni Oma transport operators no an advantage say ochineko 15 na ombesa atomo enti ye bisa say enti so na AFM but eco 15 no omo so omo tumu aye say omomra meeting na ye be say echim omonsa enti memomo de mitrimu an ka yenyae no say de tie no say de be ya ochina ye san go back to 15 no a transport operator be meka nje say okoto transport fare mo na ne ya na empredo do no esie nie ye ka say ye teso a ni akoto so 5%. Edu say ye nkoto mu a ni atomu 20%. Enti ube hono na kosi a nkosi koda nso a nkoda ne ejina baabi a ejina no ne aye worse off enti meguso ne GPR team panyimfo di nkomo ewo mu se na omo tiso eyie na nso so Ghana fo ehwe omo se wanti so enya hwe ama wa ase wa ochina yesori ne kosoro bi from June and now July ho se bo no asan a reverse na ekosoro a the same transport operators no emeka nche so omo koto transport fare mo enti either side of the argument no fair because omo nti so metimi ate so because of course ye hu almost 7% reduction cumulative enti ote so kakra eyie but again okote so 5% no owie na ochina asan kakra ba na ozo okoto 20% a na chese ya nkwa na ya ama na ejina fa kwa ejina.
Newly posted teachers in Ghana faces significant challenges over 8 months unpaid salary due to administration inefficiencies within the Ghana Education Service. These teachers deployed to the Ashanti region in July 2024 have been protesting at the Ghana Education Service headquarters in Accra, demanding payment of their salary arrears and resolution of issues related to identification document. According to them, they have been given different explanations by various officers, including the Controller and Accountant General Department and the regional officers, that has left them frustrated and uncertain to when their salaries will be paid. Although the Director General of GES, Professor Ernest Kofi Davis, has established a committee to address the teachers' concerns, the teachers remains vigilant until payments are made.
We started going to the regional office. When we went there, they told us that they have sent all our particulars to the national. And we came here, the national too is also saying that the regionals hasn't submitted our document. So we cannot determine whether the headquarters are telling the truth, whether it's controller or the regional education directorate. So we are all here this morning to seek for clarification why our names have been disappeared from the people. That's all. We are not here for any violence, any disturbance or any chaos. We are just here for.
And that was from some aggrieved teachers. Moving on, Minister of Finance, Dr. Kaiser Atufosen, has inaugurated a 9-member committee governing board for the Ghana Revenue Authority, tasking them with boosting economic revenue mobilization and upholding integrity in the tax system. The board, chaired by Honorable George Rickett Hagan, former Deputy Finance Minister, includes the following sub-members: Mr. Anthony Sapon, Commissioner and Member of Ghana Revenue Authority, Mr. Patrick Numo, Honorable Elizabeth Ofosu Ajari, Dr. Zakaria Mumuni, Madam Faustina Nelson, among others. Dr. Forsen emphasized the role of Ghana Revenue Authorities in national development, noting that the government policies depend on efficient revenue mobilization. He urged the board to lead with dedication, integrity, and to implement measures to combat smuggling revenue leakages across Ghana's border. He also announced plans to rotate Ghana Revenue Authority officers every 2 years to reduce collusion, risk, and strengthen organizational performance.
It is a distinct honor to preside over the swearing in of the chair and members of the governing board of the Ghana Revenue Authority. I extend my heartfelt gratitude to His Excellency President John Mahama for appointing this distinguished team of esteemed and accomplished individuals. Each of you bring a wealth of experience, expertise, and a proven track record to serve on the board of the Ghana Revenue Authority. As we inaugurate this board today, it is important to acknowledge the enormity of the task ahead. We are doing this mantle at a time when the government faces significant fiscal constraints, underscoring the urgent need to bolster domestic revenue mobilization efforts. Let me say that the financing conditions for the Republic of Ghana are tight. Our access to the capital market is practically non-existent following the debt restructuring program, and the Treasury bill currently remains the main instrument for raising debt for the domestic market. In addition, both project and program grants from development partners have significantly reduced given today's era of chronic crisis. This means optimizing domestic resource mobilization. The number of priority of our fiscal objectives for 2025 and beyond are quite daunting. We are embarking on a fiscal consolidation objective of improving the primary balance on commitment basis from a deficit of 3.9% of GDP to a surplus of 1.5% in the year 2025 and beyond. As an integral part of the strategy in domestic resource mobilization. Indeed, our yearly basis, we have on a yearly basis we have programmed to add at least 0.6% of GDP of additional revenue.
In sports, Ghana Football Association President Kurt Okraku has communicated a wish he would love to achieve in his capacity as leader of Ghana Football. The high-profile football administrator stated in an interview that he wants to be remembered as an honest leader when his time in office is done. Kurt Okraku was recently named as CAF's second vice president, and in a subsequent move, he stepped from his role as president of the West African Football Union Zone B to concentrate on his work at CAF and as GFA president. Kurt Okraku is serving in his second term as GFA president, but his time has been rocked by a major dip in performance of Ghana's national men's football team, the Black Stars, at the AFCON, though the team qualified to compete in the 2022 FIFA World Cup, and Ghana is in pole position to qualify to the 2026 FIFA World Cup in USA, Canada, and Mexico. To some showbiz, Ghanaian high life artist George Kwabena Edu, known in the music industry as Kwabena, is the latest musician to be involved in student politics. According to his manager Nana Poku, Kwabena is contesting for Student Representative Council presidency at the University of Professional Studies, Accra, where he is studying for a bachelor's degree. Kwabena currently holds a higher national diploma from the Accra Polytechnic after completing St. Peter's Secondary School. His move follows the steps of Samini, who became SRC president for Gimpa, Guru, who is currently the SRC president for the University of Ghana, and D-Crime, who recently won the SRC president position at the Methodist University. The SRC election for the University of Professional Studies is slated for May 30th, 2025. And that's how we end it for now on the morning news broadcast. Do want to log on to all social media platforms at GhanaTalks Radio for more news updates. My name is Deborah Adoso. Do have a good morning.
Hello Ghana, hello worldwide, I'm with level band. Now listen, every Tuesday and Friday, beyond the time it's going to carry bro. Our GhanaTalks Radio, 7 p.m. sharp. Now Tuesday, we're gonna talk about our culture, our history. My 20 things about Kwasem. Now on the Friday, you bars on bars. You better rap, you better say it. No artists go join me in the studio. We're gonna discuss about music and business. Or you singer and now you rapper, you think say you get bars. You go fi spit fire. Now listen, make you join me with studios. Our GhanaTalks Radio and you say then our day. Me say download the GhanaTalks Radio app on our Play Store and the App Store. Na tune in and say this what you see baba live on Facebook, Kointakra, any GhanaTalks Radio page in this. So now listen, ebe you fire. 1 year, Wading, Jajan.
Are you ready to amplify your business or brand's reach and make a meaningful impact in Ghana and beyond? Partner with GhanaTalks Radio today to connect with a diverse audience across Ghana and beyond. Elevate your brand through on-air promotions and social media. Boost your brand during prime time. With GhanaTalks Radio, you can extend your reach across digital platforms. Ghana Talks Radio is not just a station, it is a community hub where your brand becomes part of the conversation. Join us in fostering connections, celebrating culture, and making a lasting impression. For customized sponsorship packages and enquiries, email contact@GhanaTalksRadio.com or call +233 202 544614. Ghana Talks Radio, giving the youth a voice.
What do you want for breakfast? How do you want your breakfast?
English breakfast, French fries.
Koko Nikosi, alo komi kesheto.
Wache.
Well, Gobe is the real deal.
Join us on Ghana Talks Radio. Let's serve you a buffet of breakfast.
From news headlines review, current affairs to social issues.
Entertainment, sports, and all the trending stories live on our mobile app and across all socials from Monday to Friday, 7 a.m. to 10 a.m.
With me, Pakwesi Omare.
Regina Bless.
Deborah Adoso.
And I am Esinal Fiagbedu. This is Ghana Talks Breakfast Show.
This is Ghana Talks Breakfast Show. A very beautiful good morning to you wherever you are. It's a Thursday morning in the capital of Ghana, Accra. My name is Pakwesi Omare once again. As said earlier in what you just listened, not so fresh but very gentle. And make away when also you're beautiful, but yeah, but this is beautiful. And yeah, in the studios with me is my co-host Sinam and my controversial man. I won't mention his name because you already know his name. Before we go on with the show, I want to wish everyone in here at Ghana Talks Radio, how do we wish it? A happy Workers' Day? Yeah. Okay. So happy Workers' Day to all the staff of Ghana Talks Radio.
Is it just in words?
What?
Is it just in words?
Oh, let's pretend we didn't hear what she asked there, but yeah, happy Workers' Day to everyone in here. Keep doing what you do. To my producers, happy Workers' Day to you, to my manager, to the entire managing board. Happy Workers' Day to you all. To myself, happy Workers' Day to me. Someone wish me, I'm wish me. Yeah, so it's a Thursday morning, the breakfast show on Ghana Talks Radio. We are going to delve into some pressing issues in the capital of Accra, but it's the holiday edition, you know. And you know, as my guest said, it's a freestyle edition. Nyebe wahabia monfanche, and I generated a honk Accra studio. I be better, you be better rape. And yeah, dear, yeah. Don't forget to join the conversation on our platforms at Ghana Talks Radio on Facebook, Instagram, X, TikTok, and our YouTube channel Ghana Talks Radio. Facebook, WhatsApp line is 0202 544 614 0202 544 614. Now introducing my guest today, Mr. Controversial, A+ Junior.
Mr. On a different level.
But yes, it's Dubik Stevens with us in the studio this morning. Is that Dubik?
Yes, sir. Yes, madam. Good morning. Need to say.
Oh, Mahama say the dollar never for Munzino. Enemaye ya fanesa na onso e busuanfo ne
nyame adom obia hoye
ne de nyame ase is he?
Yeah.
How are you?
I'm good.
Okay. Last night I sent you a story.
Yeah.
It seems there was a misunderstanding at the every something the Grapem South
Sand winning.
Yeah. And we'll be speaking to the spokesperson of the Ebri chief, because there was a misunderstanding there that led to 5 people losing their lives.
Yeah,
I think it was between the land guards and the residents there. we want to get the story right, because so far all that we are gathering is WCC. So we'll try and get in touch with the spokesperson for the chief there to brief us on what really happened. But I mean, it's quite alarming. The Equipment Enclave is not a place where these land guard issues has ever been a problem. Like we've never even had land guards there. So what happened this time around?
Yeah.
What really happened? Hey, because 5 people have been shot by the land guards, and they've died.
And I don't know if they are security personnel or looking at what they were wearing.
I just hope that we can get a hold of the man there to speak to us about what really transpired yesterday, and But before then, matters are rising. Matters. Yesterday there was a press conference by the Attorney General. Can some see so many near there?
Oh, I didn't.
You didn't listen? Why?
Listen just this morning.
But you've listened?
Yeah, I have.
You've listened?
Yeah.
Okay.
I watched a 2-minute video on YouTube.
2 minutes?
Yes.
The man held a press conference for
like an hour.
And you watched 2 minutes?
2 minutes of it.
Hey, easy. Very disappointed me. But Steve, did you?
Of course, I took time to watch. I couldn't watch whilst it was live.
Okay.
I was engaged in other things.
Okay.
Later in the day, I did watch it.
Okay. And how was it for you? Oh.
A friend said I should laugh more, so now I'm laughing.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Okay. Before we go into those matters, let's go in the line. We'll go in the line and speak to the spokesperson for the Ebri chief to brief us on what actually happened yesterday. Okay. Good morning, Nana. Nana, good morning. Nana Opare. Hello, Nana Opare. I think we are having issues with our connection, but we will get back to him on the line and see if he can actually brief us on the issue yesterday. He's called Nana Opare. He's a spokesperson for the Ebri chief. I think he'll do more good to us with briefing.
Hello, Gazi.
Hello, Nana. Good morning. Hello, Nana. Good morning. Nana. Good morning. Nana, mpacha what's it menkano pay? Hello. Nana, mpacha what's it menkano pay? Still having issues with the line. But we will get in touch with him. So, but it's serious. So this land guard issues. Hello.
Hello, Agozi.
Nana, me watching Nana.
Hello.
Hello, Nana. Good morning.
Hello.
Hello. Good morning, Nana. Nana, bacha otemenka.
Hello.
Hello, Nana. Me bacha otemenka. Whoa. We will try and get him. What brought about all these things, like land garden and violence related to guarding our lands?
The intent. It started. I'm not sure this how the intention.
Hello.
Okay. Hello, Nana.
Yes, Akwasi.
Nana, mpacho ye mawachi ano pay.
Yeah, media.
Me pacho wumpu mwe.
Yehu adom ne mompa ebo.
Ye de nyame ase. Ye mawakwa banso eba Ghana Talks Radio so.
Yo meje so ni wetie for.
Mpacho ye so. Nana de yense wo mre bebre no. Emese nara basabasa ye kakra bi epue mu ewo mo mantam ho efa langard ho ne anua dotesem bi ho nsemsem a wo kira na ema nipa bi kra ehwere won kwa eno na ye bisem anope se den ankasa na esi nera.
Okay, madam ase ichi awo no wati fo nra de asem yensi na eye nene na nsa eye brada no
me ba chewi
na ebenya ne nte se wotu anoya wo esiyawo.
Okay,
esiyawo no wo akoni dobro obefa akoni dobro kro nim na wo de akwesiyawo
me ba chewi
nti not tunu no.
This is Ghana Talks Breakfast Show.
Na menteme ho ase abem efa nipa wo se wo mfudi no mo ne nipa ne bia asase no ho asem nti menteme ho ase no na che se anu ye den nti ma mpone ahene asote.
Okay,
nti nanka anamontu oboye nwura adonti menwura amane nti nanka ya de otu anamono akokasa akere won na won agyae ne awoye no na ofrɛ no ɔde asase no man no ma ɔne ne kasa no ɔyɛ so wa kwantu ɔbɛba ene nti ɔyɛ so ɔnkyerɛ wɔn sɛ adwuma no wonyaayɛ nti emu akyi no wɔsan frɛ mpɔne nti ɔto yɛwura no yɛ sɛ ma obi ankɔ pit nim nti edu baabi na wɔsan frɛ mpɔne ahene no sɛ wɔsan frɛ no sɛ la nkrɔfo agyapade ne ntɔkwa no ahɔ ayɛ den nti wɔkɔɔ sɛ wɔkɔhwɛ na won akokam on dam se wonya na adwuma no wonya ise ne ayewura aka ato nkra ma won aka akere wo do
me ba cho hena na ekoi so okohwe na
eye mponu ahene
okay
nti wokodu ho no eno na menteme ho ase no mu na se munya adwuma no na se ne antete mo toto ne amayi na asomdwei emra eno na anko ye nti ase asema wo sanga tuo di gu eye yen emponia no ne mrante no so ya sisi emu banum atoyi na sisi asem ni na wo police nsem won abefa emu no ene na ansa na esi no enti nhwehwemu biara ewo se wo ye no wogusu a wo mo ye mprempren enti se mote ya anase esane mobile phone ya sesi abenti asem bia ba mobile phone no e de adu ekire dada wo enti enya de a ye betuma twatro se ne a mate no na Ghana fo ehu no enye ne kore esi na emom sesi ade hwehwemu biara Ghana Police Service ugusi a wo mo ehwe no maye.
Okay,
ugu won entertain so ugu won entertain pa
nana ye be bisa mu kakra Pete no ankasa no eye hefo de
Pete ne de se me kase onipa mede ye mpatema aneatu no meni me se me ma ankasa ma ato na ne nsem da me call no operations mi na atuo ene wo ha me wo de atuo ba me so saranda me ma me press release wo nyina about 3 years ago e wa atwa se da man me press release.
Wow.
Nti sa owura no ono so owura korona na sa piti obu sa piti a wo ye adwuma wo ma eye sa asemi yesi.
Okay,
nti piti ne de nim se ye ne de ni pa ba akopɛ.
Okay,
na yenim nti bije de se sa na asem no
na me pa cha ohefo na ekwaisi wo rekotumu bia basa ye no efi mu bae no
ene de hwehwemu asese ye guso no ye nya se ada se onipa foforo bi nso ko so okotumu bi ene ye nya sa hwehwemu ye nya eno no ye esa se nipa na ewu no na be ya so hia abeto honti yigusu hwehwe kwan a fa so ya nipa hukum say nipa yi
okay
e ko na sese yehwe
okay na me pa chaw den na ma ntobo ahene won
emponia
hene etutu anamonko ho se nka wonto won bona won ka mo ensem ansa na won ato ya so
yes sane won a wo yemfu wo ho won a wo yemfu wo nuan a wo dwurugu nti se nipa na asore
nti nipa na won saase ne won fu pit mufo no erese no
na asase na nkasa nso nipa foforo nso contest asase no nso ye won so won dia
nti se nti kakra yenya film ne se Langard fo bi ana etoto se etuo yi a ema imponua hene ne na amanfo yi bi etuo ka won ahwere won kwan sa Langard fo no hefo na de won bai ho
na mkire se eye ni otu anoya no
bache wi
me mankasa makoto ne nsemda me kwan no was surrender me with guns
wow
nti wo tu notia wo ko pit ni ma ni pashishe ngura ni ma wo kura tuo you
na den nti na wo se wo yesa
na Ghana ha me na me kase empanefo no hye mra wangankasa wonfamra no enye adwuma ye mpanefo no efise enhyehyɛ mu no ma kyerɛ sɛ moma obi asase no tutu notia owia asamba na kopiti fufuru mu no oye reclaim ansana wasanga ko baby fufuru no ama na asase fufuru ko tu noti wo so so okokoji order na from this assembly
you hello nana
inti won masa onipa na makoye adwuma no won foso mra no won fa mra no enya adwuma na ama yen sese nananom ye hore kyire yen ya owi onya reclaim ansa wasanga ma no okopa ba biboro tuano ya mokwa kohwe se first na utu wa
reclaim ana ana sa permission no e was say district assembly for na de man okay nana mpacho nka wetu na gina yi kakra ma yen a
yo inti na mpesa misa se sa shite yi
you hello nana hello nana nana mpacho ti yenka am sa one line ni twetwa sika kranti ye be gina so na wa gina yi kakra ma yen na hello my pacha still like twetwa sika kakra what ye gina so into wo de
okay
so that was the spokesperson for the Adonting Hine of Ebui Ekwapem South, briefing us on what actually happened with the violence
hello
yeah hello nana
say what menka
mbache you were dey mudawo
okay inti yen hwe say wama obi asase a wo ye afu wo so ya eyeye mama no tumi say asase wura na ode ama wo se kotu no te wo so de akokotu ba mo hyehyɛ ne say ansa owura no mo besa ama na oda mo mama no tumi wasan kwa adwuma ba be furu bi no otu no tiri wi a wo so ya reclaim
mbache you
inti wama yen hwe say owura yi sese etu ato wo ho a okura boys a wo ye adwuma etuo wo de asarenda ho yi me makoto won nsem de yi ye nkɔhwɛ sɛ hefa na watu ano a wa ye reclaim da na still so nipa no gusu etu note wo memu ha
ana ode say afoforo nsase
aden
ana woka ode atu etai won asesi a ebinu mahwere won kwen na sa complaints nyina mama police fo aso ate
me mankasa
bache you
ni me ka bibia meta de me ho ye mfato
no kware
ni eto me no me korpo to police station me tua na monko ye nwo che hene ho se ni me refer to no ye press release ye ho press release media houses no But to me, I'm awarding information. I'm about no time I'm here a press release. Oh, no, me mention a trio in me mentioning me mentioning and to say, oh, no, go see a bay and fear be a convenient. Oh, go see your dear tune adventing pen for no, your completion. I quite complain. Normally, I didn't tell one investigate who's any kind of quarter and quarter. Didn't you know what was it? And I can miss a Ghana hat young penny for no. Young him for the one again to my fiancé. Ahemfo ye ni tumi bia bia ye kasa ye nganu nu boom
asemo
ye kasa ye nganu nu boom
na eye de ye be ma mo hyeden ene kafra na owura na nkasa ofihefa
owura no miri bi ma ye adwuma na me call nifi no no te sapema na no wo obako e de togba aga ana obako de alenyo
won nyina ye Ghana fo
meye den me hu se we Ghana fo kasa wa kam mo de wo kai gbe enti mi ni mi se we Ghana igbe ana wo ye yi Togo aigbe
okay
e se wa Ghana igbe wo ne Togo aigbe wo nti se obi aka igbe a me so mi nti aigbe na me hu mu difference o ya igbe kasa na o kan de ye Togo de ana o yi o kan de Ghana de
na ba che you
na emom edin no okura na nkasa ye Togbe agam eni alonyo no e kire se oye aigbe fo
okay
na eni mi ntimi ntimi so ye Ghana oni ana oye Togo ni
okay na ya hwe wondin a wokura ne babia e bia wo fia dan no wotu benya pit concessions wo echirichiri te se eburi wo betoi ana se wo de ama won ana eteden sa
won na wotu anu ade obi a wotu anu skes wa ta asase a obga ne de enyo oto wo kwa asase bura no ho na ko hunu na akọ kan wase no abetu anu an wotu wi a wo kọ won ja wa asase ato
na asase na sei
nhyehyɛ na ɛwɔ hɔ a ɛwɔ sɛ wo ma nhyehyɛ no di so no this assembly no hwɛ no di so this assembly no hwɛ sa ne man
me pacho ma petition district assembly because one was a wash sa ne me so won di so sa ɛwɔ sɛ
mini abɛma yi this is assembly won some ha in some this is assembly
you
me man kasa kware wo me ma asase mo ko be kware wa ha kware no wo tu anea ton me petition to this assembly MC ankasa ba oba ka kire won sanu ya no won ton wo de che me mankasa ma himfia misi no na me ye platform for ultramodern platform e bebo basketball no lawn tennis no wo ton de ma me ko ba ma ne won antua na won bia until this assembly no it doesn't help us this assembly no why one last
you have just 1 minute remaining you can down
Lands Commission, this is a seminar now. Nananom, Nananom, Yenina, our house is tired. It's tired. When I check it, I said,
Nana,
house is folded. Very serious.
Yeah, that's it.
Oh, Memha.
Yeah, sang and wabidi hun komo
you go see what ya hwehwem police go see what ya hwehwem ntimiri bia mu hia ya information na ya nya buga bia ya ne sabe kakra wo ya be ka kire me mfansi etiefo because they adena da no e da social media nti ya de na akoka zo nipa wo mo nipa tuye
no kware
no kware wo no ya ndi be ka
okay ya da wase pa nti ye be sang abetie mu se ne ko wie fai
mate
ya ma mo shaden so
yo
okay so that was the spokesperson for the Adonte Hene of Ebri, who briefed us on what actually happened or transpired that led to the loss of lives of 5 people in the Ebri Okun Beye Dobro. Why are you people laughing? But it's but it's quite, you know, disturbing looking at how he's narrating. So the man in question here, the Togbe, is in a way intimidating the people there. You are destroying their farmlands, and if they complain, you release guns on them.
They hide in the bush.
Yeah,
from what he said.
So there's almost like another form of Galamsey-esque operation. It's true.
The in as much as these people are not digging for gold, it is also a natural resource.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
The sand that they pay.
Yeah.
It's also a natural resource. So it's more or less they are all doing the same
thing.
In a different way.
But how is this so difficult? What to ordinary are? Just reclaim.
Reclaiming comes with a cost. And a businessman will do everything to cut down cost. So if he realizes that reclaiming, he can find a way not to reclaim, he will do. It's about implementing the laws.
So what is the district assembly actually doing there?
If they were doing something, all this wouldn't be happening.
Wouldn't be happening.
But they are not doing anything. That's why these things are happening. I don't know if the people there have mounted pressure enough on the district assembly. You know, these things, you can't just say, I have reported. You need to mount pressure.
No, but Stephen, I think that sometimes we tend to give ordinance to these people in a way that they don't even deserve. I mean, you are there to serve for these people. Why should I pressure you before you do what is expected of you?
Of course, if they are not doing, once not there how?
Yeah.
So if you don't pressure them, someone how?
This is a Nipa 5 now.
Yeah, it is very unfortunate.
Very
unfortunate. I don't like it when people lose their lives on issues that we could have resolved without violence.
Yeah.
And I think that these issues are not issues that
should result in losing
violence. Why would you even destroy people's farm
in the first place?
You need to agree with the person. Compensate the person. Even the laws say or plot of land which I talk na me besreo eduane wo so a say breso na obi tutu na wasi udan
you
need to compensate me for a name na me. You get it? Was say na nye ne ye wo akwaje afi obi ho say me ba be tu anwea we wo so na akodu en no ba ye wo so na wase no ba ni na na wo say no no ku fi obedidi so go fi awo akodu and then ono de onkoda. So these things I find it disturbing, very disturbing if these things happens. And I think that we've treated this what do you call it, Langard issues with kid gloves. You know, we've pampered them for far too long. You get it? So it can embolden them to even pick a gun and shoot and kill a military man. He's not scot-free. They are still prosecuting him. But I think that we have allowed it to go on for far too long. Let me say, as it stands now, Kaswa baby anywhere to answer. I'm telling you for a fact. I've lived in Kaswa for almost 2 years. But Kaswa baby anywhere to answer. When I came to Accra first, I was staying in Kaswa and coming to work at Accra Central. So I know Kaswa very well, and I know the things that happens in Kaswa. All the chemi crabbing all because of these Langard issues. It got to a time the Liberians who came due to our benevolence now were the one owning the lands and selling in Kaswa. Can you imagine that?
The Liberians?
Yes. Refugees, no.
How did they get possession of these lands?
How did they? They were selling before now, and they had muscle, so they can take it from somebody and sell it to the other person. And sometimes, one funny part of it is that they charge for digging fee. What do assassin know? Yeah, who be 2 foundation, who be 3 digging fee.
So what is the state security doing about all these things?
Now state security no crash so you near kwa me abonitu na. State security maybe. So you near omoje na asase. Akọ. So okọ kana asase ho asem me akunu police station anim. The Kaswa issue, have you forgotten? He was shot in front of a police station. Killed in front of a police station. That's what happened.
I see. Say Anna never be shas you.
Me say
think it's
the Delta Force war in Nigeria, Delta State.
Yeah.
Say I almost started you. Boko Haram. Say I started. Right now they are an entire army on their own.
Of course.
ISIS. Say I started. Now foreign power be the Ababe show. For instance, if this Galamseyers and then Langard issue foster forward and they are able to put themselves together, a foreign power can just call their leader. We want the president in power. We want you to help us overthrow him. So we are going to finance you. We are going to give you weapons. We are going to give you things. Just start insurgents. Start fighting the government and all that. You'll be rich now. Might destabilize your mind. These things are national security issues.
And it seems it hasn't even ever been a priority to the national security. We haven't seen them release any statement, take any operation on these things before.
National security will never release a statement.
But at least we should see them operating on some of these things.
I show effort.
Oh, what are they expecting?
Can the upon Becca say Langard for penny or Kaswa? Okumun Grantema, IGP Damparam Kokori.
Do you know where that guy stays now?
Who?
That's Langard boss they are talking about.
I don't know.
The Abbas Sariki guy.
I don't know.
It's a story for another day.
I don't know where he lives. But these things. Is he the same person? Ocheman called him to help him stop
Galamsey.
Oh, okay, I see. And I say legitimizing. I'm legitimate.
Oh, that guy.
But is he really a Langard?
Why you don't see him to be a Langard?
No, I just, you see, when you go to the Zongos, they have youth leaders, and I wouldn't feel comfortable calling a youth leader a Langard unless I see him doing the deed.
Well, per his operations, I mean that's the best way to describe him, because what he does is this. If you have a land, you contract him to protect it for you. If you are taking a land from someone, you contract him to intimidate and take it for you.
Oh, okay.
So,
and then I mean, the Flagstaff house on your mommy. I don't know, on your mommy. You see, I think that we've emboldened these people.
Yeah.
And we've legitimized their operations to the extent that a chief as big as Wachihene can call them instead of the police to come and help him fight Galamsey.
How reasonable is that?
And who even gave Wachihene that powers to do that? But to me, no, what's all is that?
That's all you're here.
To me, now or Hina and Kazawan one to catch us say, or magic 2 years. One.
Yeah.
To say, Ahini in a title cake.
Charlie, this is serious.
A title cake.
This is serious. So, we are well Kunipa 5. Now, Uncle Sishia. Ubahun, why ye be paying, or my yanishi? Why ye be or my yanishi? Says, I was fairly so bold to now release bullets on people to lose their lives. This is also Ayashia. He keeps growing in confidence.
The question is that, when the assassin amount?
You see, that was the question I was asking him.
Who gives them the land? Somebody must give them the land.
Because the person is nowhere a native there.
Yeah.
So how did he come to own a concession there?
What these people does is that so and one of the Omano Becky can say, but deep down, Omana
a deal.
Of course. Yeah.
May the families of those who lost their lives be consoled and, be strengthened in the spirit of consolation. We will follow their story to the end of it. We'll try and get in touch with them. Or say a call cry, a call near normal Casani, nneɛma akɔfa. So yeah, that was it from the end of the misunderstanding which happened 3 days ago at Ikuapem South. Moving on to the topics for today. Our transport system in Ghana has been an issue like since. Cars and the mode of transportation itself is. Do you know that you can live in Accra and go to work in Accra, and it will take you like 2 hours to get
2 hours to get to your workplace
in Accra, the same city.
That's how bad our transport system has become.
And the only mode of transportation now, the most dominant mode of transportation we have here in Ghana now, is the trotro.
Yeah, Tresky.
Why should it be so?
Why shouldn't it be so? Why shouldn't it be so?
But why should it be so? I mean, we should have so many means of. Right now, we are regulating Okada, right?
Yeah, yet to legalize it.
I am yet to hear anyone speak of our railways. That should have been the most dominant mode of transport in this country, and especially in this city. The last time I was looking at this rail system in China, and I saw a distance which covers almost like from Bolga to Accra. Nipa na te won okwa adwuma yemfa nso te Accra okwa adwuma oboga, and onye late or the train na eko less than an hour we do.
Take your phone, huh? Take your phone.
I've taken my phone.
Ask Google when railway was introduced in Ghana first.
Is doing it for me.
Is he do it so before I'll proceed?
Oh, you can proceed. She will.
No, I want to. I want her to tell me.
Okay.
So I proceed with it.
But it's. And I had $2 million. Koye SkyTrain. Why are you laughing?
Is he?
The name from no cry you. But you koye ne nam hwim.
1900 what?
1903. Construction began from Second D on the west coast of Ghana.
In 1903.
In 1903.
How many years now?
In 1903.
Yes, I knew, but I wanted her to read it.
Even before Ghana became
Ghana.
And we don't even have. Oh, okay, it's okay.
Messy.
It's okay. It's okay. I give up. I give up. I give up. I give up. Oh, I give up.
You see, we would want to sit here and blame our colonial masters all we want. But these people, whether we like it or not, built systems that could have helped us take off.
Even if we had maintained what they left us.
Saying, why don't you want progress?
No, I'm just stating.
We can't maintain. Progress, there should be progress. I don't like being maintaining. No, progress. Move forward. Add something to it. Build on what you were given since 1903 Charlie, up to now. How many years now?
Charlie, I am shocked. Since 1903.
1903 is the first time rail was introduced in Ghana.
Ana yeah. Yempenfo ni bi eye nyankopon boni bi
obi anya nyankopon boni. You know what an individual, a private person private person will find it difficult owning a train.
Why?
What can a private person own? A car, a bus. So if I get money kakrebi method
it's a metal
car nti say me ya buy money pa na ma toto cars bebre na cars ni ye adwuma ma me. Do you think that I would want the train system to go on? Or if I'm a private person who can influence government decisions, do you think I wouldn't sabotage the train for my private business to go on? Do you think GPRTU will feel comfortable sitting down and watching trains
take their business.
Of course. Do you remember the class GPRT you had with the government when Ayalolo was introduced? In 2015, 2016. Check. You have your phone, you have your laptop. Just check.
So
just check. Just type GPRTU on Ayalolo.
So you believe that these are the reasons why
we collapsed
intentionally.
Me say we collapsed STC so VIP can flourish. OA can flourish.
So it was intentional.
It was intentional. When MPP came to power, I don't like mentioning them, but always I end up.
Nana Komia was the one.
Of course, when he came, government buses and they were VIP. They were 250. All Konaka 39. All Konaka 39.
STC
buses. A brand Nana Komia free. Near government owned Naka 39. Okay, some work on YouTube. YouTube says check the VIP fleet, the STC fleet are left with 39. Or they just type that and see the videos you get. The workers themselves were saying it.
So what was he there doing?
Who knows? Supporting Baumia, of course. It was possible. And the flimsy excuse he gave was STC no na Cote d'Ivoire our neighboring African countries more into COVID nearby, you know. Na COVID abana car na nkwa adwuma yensi ho.
Say no cry.
Say COVID abana car na nkwa adwuma say si ho.
Yeah. Nti e den na etume yira.
Na COVID nearby no ndi VIP cars na ebi nko Cote d'Ivoire ho. Enu egu ye. Look at the number of people, the number of private people. Only coaches. They are VIP say run more.
Yeah.
Ghana bibi ni na nkasa no like Bonnie won team. Or person ye at the expense of everybody.
Everybody. I think that's it. That's the best way we can frame this because
or person ye chain will be they want to get raid our purses
to enrich themselves.
And these things annoys me to the core. You get it?
Metromas.
Me say, I buy way free so. NPP I buy free so. Omo ton Metromas buses no condemn. Kumasi no mu twitwa. And these boys and the cost of pay. Yes.
Yeah.
You remember that news?
It's true.
No mu twitwa cars no condemn.
Yeah. As at 24th, 25th December, NASA issue.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because Christmas in the department and Shadamba so.
Yeah, it's very true.
I want to take cars not torn condemn.
It's true.
Now we are bushing a penny na bushing Japadi be doing so now and I want your mind before.
Well, the Metro Mass government says they are reviving
back.
Yeah, they should. It is necessary. And I remember when Metro Mass came at first, it was giving free ride to students. If you are wearing a uniform or you have your ID card on you are going to get a free ride.
Sure.
And these are the things that having a public transport system, effective and efficient one, does. It gives the poor a level of comfort. Because baby ankasi can never drop in a corner. Or here if tanani train more would do. You get it?
Yeah.
I want to that more Camry biasa because the carriage of a train is quite plenty. Ni padodo komu. And then fuel now they be consuming like say 10 no. And so be because of a car they be drag like say 15.
Yeah.
What I say. So the train is cheaper and these are the reasons why I ain't training because you name say it's a year train na ne bo be for nipa amfro trotro ne be. GPRT for one bed yen crofo ya o matoto basa koma VIP on bend ye oefui on bend but senke wo effective train system e o Ghana ha nka ye nyina me bomb pace wa Accra ha sa because some people have houses in Koforidua, other people have houses in Cape Coast, other people have houses in Kumasi. Kumasi, if you have a bullet train, at 30 minutes you should be in. 30 minutes you should be in Accra. So you can have a meeting in Accra at 8:30.
Yeah.
You take the 6 o'clock bullet train, and by 6:30, 7:30 you are here. You take another inner city train system. Spend like 15 minutes on it. You get to your destination. You get out at your stop. Maybe you take a taxi for 5 minutes. You are there.
You are there. Nkashe how ebe so easy for us to.
Of course.
Easy and swift.
Kebe maka sika kra no boa ba fom. A free your friend is saying a free Accra Mall to Ashaiman. 12 cedis.
Accra Mall to Ashaiman.
Accra Mall to Ashaiman. 12 Ghana cedis. It is expensive than a loaf. It is almost the same as tea bread. Of course, it is almost the same price as tea bread. And imagine, say, we are mason, Libra, and a 1 year Juma, a shaman, and I'll call any amount 250 cedis. Or call no buyer saying
almost 25 cedis.
There be you, and ya cram on out you. And ya cram on out, just say, oh, to say, oh, and the on Comrano, na 50 cedis, asa on transport.
You know so.
Now I bet 50 cedis for everyone say we call a wood dear. Tia Hon would 30 cedis. O buy an numero or yet no, my own meeting me 30 cedis. Umbedi bear 100 cedis and 120 cedis because the 100 cedis crying young coin. And then in Trinam kilo back 40 Ghana cedis.
Measure open number.
Aye, and I'm there.
And I would to know how many kilos in the prices. And then Junam kilo back or air 40 cedis, baby will have boneless air 45. Yeah.
Bone in air 40.
When more
me tell me bon coin.
When botanical names in
boneless. Open it, don't pay more. And a bone in no. Open penny, don't pay more boneless. And no 50 equal. Imagine. Tuber, you know, not 200 cities now, Kojano, Ashama and Hono. Asa, but then get a train system and a train network a free Accra Mall or Ashama. I'll bet you 5 cities.
Yeah,
5 cities crowd also 2 cities. Now I quite Ashama, I'll call about 4 cities where we can even have these cards. Ulodi. You drew her now insect card no there be no room. No question now call baby. You have the e-cash on the card like so yeah. You get it. We can do these things. But Okabrani be Jessica no didn't crow for Chedi or South Africa so we have Skytrain. Form the crowd to me
now rimdi.
Form the no near nam form obia and nam form no wouldn't mean
Skytrain.
Na Skytrain. Yabako Obin so be I can't be for be who mobile. As so much train that they are saying say Monye Okabrani Bako Pakeka. A railway line so made the aqua boom. They send me one more started so one bear test no. One man took car and for railway no one goes a car at DVC. You see that where are those trains? Where did they go?
Yeah, where did they go? Yeah.
So train they call by will be there, they go where are they? When him say electric buses don't introduce and run it down who back.
Oh really?
And a buy since a time about me lunch and run it down who back and who from 37 around
50 electric buses number.
Yeah, and run them who back and run back and I'm here.
And won't be.
Maybe I'm fan a
But even the Metro bus, they've stated that the reintroduction of the buses they are going to use for the metro transit is going to be electric buses. Yeah.
And not just about me idea and you.
I mean, but what actually collapsed Metro bus?
Metro bus, a lack of
maintenance
and
supervision,
proper financing.
Okay.
What's that?
How?
Yeah, and said that yenya ko kraka na ba eno ano etimi wo mu ha yenya service
right.
Oh, and we are not even running it as business. Near how many know? I say it is charity. We are not running it as business. You do you got tanawa tekafa. No atanawa no aye gurubotoma. Wa aye gurubotoma aban sesa no ko.
No bin so abet na.
No bin so abet na no aye gurubotoma aban sesa no so ko. You see, even the succession plan of these state institutions, say bia aban we ba enema digu akwam a transition the company into new management no and shada nya adwuma papa bia. It's about time we appoint technical people, business-minded people to head this institution than just politicians or people who yelled the most on campaign platforms to do this. Nana Kumia has no business in running anything in this country.
Oh, why will you say
that?
Oh, come on.
Nana Kumia no. A den or the genie di Ghana. Nana Kumia stock in trade is communication. So me say yes. Now would me be bianca the 250 man moja 39. Huh? You jaw 250. Wouldn't mean Fabin can hold the Janus up. I mean, I want progress. I listen to Fabi count. Ukwe nanka 350. Ukwe 400. Near bones and oh, Nana Kumia adio. With just 400 bases. One Fabianca. Kakrano so I can. What is Swamana Becca 39 a day.
So, what do you think going forward? Now that we are about to revive the Metro Mass transport system, what do you think should be the key factors or measures we should put in place to make it successful now?
Of Metro Mass Transit should be prioritizing, maximizing profit, and growing the company. See, Kanamunya Mfaswana, it shouldn't go to the consolidated fund. It should go back to the company. Company and trim. They should grow with their money, expand with it for some number of years. You have to 20 years.
Yeah.
The government, the government, central government is investing, let's say, $50 million into what do you call it, Metro Mass, and for the next 20-30 years, the government doesn't expect to get anything on its investment, but the government will start making dividends after
this
that. Now, proper board members, people who have been into the transport industry and knows what the transport industry is about. One more and put it out, what do you call it, a job advertisement for CEO and the various departmental heads. Your man for apply. Let them go for interviews. Let the board choose
who
competent team to run the company. Your mom contract said for this number of years, you people are running the company. Let them run the company. If you incur losses, you are fired. Give them targets to reach. And let's see Metro Mass and starting your human.
Okay. All right. Is it?
Yeah, so there's a comment on YouTube.
Yeah.
This is coming from Kojo. Apart from being cheaper and faster, a train with 8 carriages is equivalent to 8-10 VIP. Imagine a reduction in traffic. And in another comment from him again, our West African neighbor, Nigeria and Senegal, already have fast trains. Our government needs to set up.
Okay. So that was it from Kojo. Our government actually needs to set up. Any other comments that we need to?
That'll be all.
Okay, that will be all.
Check on Facebook.
Okay. So, Metro Mass, we are looking forward to its revival. We just hope that this time around it has been managed properly and maintained appropriately. The next topic for discussion is the failure of government appointees in declaring the assets. Now, asset declaration has become one of the most integral parts of appointment into government because we've realized that most people normally go into governance or government to enrich themselves, which is why corruption has become so attractive in government. So in you being appointed into government, you need to declare assets, so that when you are moving out of government, we can measure what you have now and compare to what you had before you went in. Yeah, sure, what salary I do to you. I say, be tomato, if year 27. Yeah, na ya hu say okay, the salary to me to say fee. Say to me so, I no watch say nkwan a wo fa so a. Wa bo wo bra nyina up to 40 something years. When to man to fee 27. Na wo ba ben mu 4 years, 6 years pe no. Wa beto 27 and also no watch say. Ana.
Yeah.
Until you know, President Mahama gave an instruction, a directive that all his appointees should declare their assets 30 days after appointment. I think that was the directive. Yeah. And according to the fourth estates, most of the appointees are yet to declare it. Some of them are past the due time given to them to declare it, and they still haven't. And the president said he was going to fire them if they fail to do it. So now that they fail to, you know.
Did you listen to Felix Ofosu-Kwakye on this issue yesterday?
No.
Okay. He was asked about it, and then he said that there's been discrepancies in Fourth Estate's reportage.
Okay.
And that he has reached out to them, and they are going to reconcile the
report.
The report.
Okay.
So, well, I would wait for that before I can go into that. But our asset declaration laws, it's flawed.
Okay. Why?
Do you know what they declare?
I think your house is in.
No. Do you know what they?
No, for me personally, I don't know.
If it's
do you know?
The law makes it that we don't know.
That's the thing.
You see, because
it's not made. It's not made public for us to know.
We just even the Auditor General is not allowed to break the seal of the envelope that it comes in.
Yeah.
Okay. So what do? How do we know?
Declaring it?
No. What? How do we know exactly what they are declaring?
Yeah.
So it can be say, you appoint me a minister today, and I dream that I'll owe 27 houses.
Why is everyone using?
You started it, Alex. You started it. You started it. So let me continue.
Okay.
I can dream that I would want to have 27 houses.
Yeah.
I don't have it here too.
Yeah.
But it is a dream.
Yeah.
It's your dream.
Yes. And I have targeted houses that I want to buy.
Okay. And the places you want to buy them.
So I can just write it there
them.
And take it, seal it, and give it to the Auditor General.
So by the time they open to check when you are moving out,
you've already bought the house.
You've achieved your dream.
Even they don't even have to open. No.
Yeah.
I have to do an asset declaration. That one too, I don't know if it opens or not. But since the first one doesn't open, I'm not sure the second one opens.
But how are they going to reconcile?
Who reconciles what? Near fear Ghana bedroom. What is it? Obi declare an asset my or my what is it? Or credit said 19 in the room. Me was Cassie.
So what is the essence of it then in the first place?
That's why I'm telling you that the law itself is problematic. The law is not properly constituted.
Ha! But Ghana you to me they agree.
And so I say it is a law now. Ghana Bar Association has not seen this.
No,
you be through. And then
no, but this is a seriously flawed law.
Of course,
because you see how Mr. Domlovo is so agitated about it. They need to declare. Who declare then enter wine?
Or declare man he is declaring to himself. Because on one is not them what trade Niema or one in Niema only. At the end of the day, or no one in him or the good envelope. Auditor General no crowd they come and in who can so be so.
Ha. This is serious. Like I didn't know that was how that law was.
That is how the law is.
No, it's flawed. it is flawed. Because there is no way to.
You see, we should have a place that we publish these things.
Mm-hmm.
Declare your asset, publish it there. You know, somebody might say, oh, security near there for the safety of the person in Chinese or baby or near there. I didn't need more police. If that was it, why do we give them police now? A MPBA police didn't.
Yeah.
Minister Bia or police, president or bodyguards. Why do we give them this? Jane Mensa, soldier for do me no didn't. 12. So if we want to protect them and we don't want to know where they live, then let's withdraw our security men. Now me more police man can say your life is still in danger. If your life is still in danger, request for more police. And until you file you get it?
Yeah.
So this asset declaration law must be changed. I think the constitutional review
should target that aspect.
Yeah, no, not just target. It's
no, I mean
it came at the right time. Ghana needs to change a lot of things about our laws. Our laws needs to grow to reflect the modern trends or what is going on currently.
Okay. Now, let me ask you this. Once we are talking about the law, do you think we need an overhaul or we need amendments when it comes to the constitution?
Oh, Ghana constitution and yet bonus and your phones are
okay. So
Ghana constitution
touches,
just touches.
The amendments
if we decide to implement our laws fully, enforce them fully, Ghana has one of the best laws in the world.
Wow.
You come right. There are countries they came pick our constitution, just add touches and
yeah, sure.
So, like, I don't think we need a new constitution or anything. We just need to add it. Kakran. And Ghana, I always say that we were lucky to have consulted the market women, the ordinary Ghanaians, to build this constitution that we have. In other countries, few people, lawyer for me and say, you know, means you been a quarter of them, no what constitution of the Brel mine. But in our case, it was different. We consulted broadly.
Okay.
With the exception of the Ghana Bar Association MP before now say they won't be part. You get it?
Yeah.
Everybody, like, it was all inclusive.
Yeah.
So based on that, the law cuts across all walks of lives. You get it?
Yeah.
Unya ubi a tomato seller namra ni dino edino. Ubi a lawyer namra ni dino edino. But yeah, ni afa kwan bi so na circumvent ni chinchi membrano to suit certain agenda and things. But emrana de nke ye pa. Emra what the upe Ghana membrano ho. Enya politics nka the constitution interpret itself.
Yeah.
But politics inti ye per se a twisty asem no near time the Supreme Court near Emra law is English. If you understand English, you should understand law.
Yeah.
Law is common sense. Bra lawyers in mind on him for them ready asem. Meboa.
No clear.
Na nyesa amra no an e twere no bro for the good constitution.
Yeah.
And the name is a chrono ye bone at that time. Him. But if we sit down and then we allow people to skew things, this is the kind of laws we have, and then we start blaming the constitution. To make the constitution look bad. But Ghanaian constitution is very good.
Okay.
But when are you supposed to declare your assets? Is it before appointment or after?
When you get the appointment.
Yeah.
When you get that.
Yes. When you get the appointment. It is in two phases. When you get the appointment, you declare your assets. When you're leaving office, you declare your assets.
Okay.
Do you know why it was done like that?
No.
It was done so that if we find discrepancies as to your earnings to how much you've been able to acquire as in properties and wealth, between the period you had office, we can question you. But we did that and then forgot to open it up for people to see.
For public clarity.
Of course.
Okay. So you believe that the main issue should be around the law itself and not even charging them to declare it in the first place, because even declaring it doesn't really prove anything.
They don't get to see.
Indeed, the law should make sure that once you declare, the public knows what you declared.
Yeah.
The public knows what you have. Okay, for the sake of, somebody can say for the sake of their security, let's make it a way that we declare krana ye say what and that's what to say. Okay. We can find a way around that. We can decide that the auditor general no the private information they found. But
so we can say that maybe Mr. Dubik owns 3 houses.
Yes.
But we won't say whether it's in Ashanti region or where.
Of course.
Yeah.
We can do it that way.
Yeah. Okay.
He
has 5 cars. We are not going to mention whether it's Vit
Lamborghini
or
Rolls Royce. No, we can say it is Vit. We can say it is Lamborghini, but we are not going to publish the car numbers.
Okay.
What I say?
Yeah.
Say Vit the back of one of it.
Sure.
We are not going to publish the car numbers. Or even if we publish it, we will redact that part. I say classified documents. If you've had an opportunity to see an American classified document, they do reductions. The information that they don't want out, they black that portion out. We can do that. Why can't we do that? We can do that. And I hope that if they do the reconciliation of the data of those who have declared their assets, what Fourth Estate for Kano. Now Obi Omua won't declare the asset. I think that person must be punished.
Okay.
We can't continue like
this.
Of course.
We need to hold people accountable when they fault.
So you think it's a concrete reason for someone to be fired from office?
Yes, I think so. That was what the president himself said.
If you don't have a reason, you see, if your reasons are not justifiable, you should be fired.
Okay. Because according to John Dumelo, who was asked yesterday on social media whether he is declared his, he said yes, he has done it. Then the Fourth Estate came back to quote him that he is a liar.
Yeah.
Broja Jemfi also came out with documents to show that he had done it.
Even though the Fourth Estate said he hadn't done it.
Okay, that's where the problem is.
Sure.
That is where the issues are. And if they are able to reconcile the issues, and it turns out that the Fourth Estate also published falsehood, they should also come out and apologize to all the people who they mentioned.
Okay.
By me, if you mention me in a publication like that, and it turns out that I have declared, I won't wait for anybody to reconcile. I'll just file a lawsuit against you. Yeah, I'll not wait.
Yeah.
Why must I wait for somebody to reconcile something? Yeah. I just file a lawsuit.
Because Fourth Estate has become one of the most perceived credible sources of information. So if you publish something like that and it defames the person because what you published was false, I mean, you need to be held accountable. You need to.
And in this country, a giant journalist, I'm a cancer phobia from where you are. You get it?
Yeah.
So somebody like Paul Adomwachere.
Yeah.
Somebody like Captain Smart. Somebody like Okateche Frifa. They all go on their
platforms
and spew all kinds of nonsense. All kinds of nonsense. And in the name of free press, free media, free press should come with a level of responsibility. You just don't have to go out in town. You see, when you got the news, you are not obliged to contact them, but at least for the sake of fairness, talk to them. One more I mentioned someone declare, I said, call them.
They said they called John on the 23rd of April. And as at then, he told them that, I think, honestly, there's been some discrepancies in their publication because when they first quoted him and called him a liar, they said that he hadn't done it. He's a liar, blah, blah. We called you on 23rd, this, and that. And then they brought a publication of the call, the entire conversation. And what Dumelo said was, oh, I'm actually not in the country. Even I have started the process, but I'm not done yet. So once I return, I think I'll get it done as soon as possible. But they made it seem like, I say, on attempted crash obey.
Showed no effort.
Yeah.
So you see what I'm talking about? You see what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I see what you're talking about.
Say, Emramuno.
Yeah.
You can say, baby, 12 o'clock. No sequences free fee 1. And we see free 10 o'clock. Now, ultimate document, it say me free 10 o'clock. Now, quite an accident could see quam. Now, a delay. Now, we do 1. That's a justifiable cause for you being late.
Okay.
What I say? Yeah. So, if John Dumelo started the process to finish, now a Juma did to coin, a Juma now mining in Adia man no, I did not to coin now or and within the stipulated time. It is justifiable cause. And now, I say, Unja Jumano. Now, when you asset declaration, no. You get it?
Yeah.
No court will jail him for that. And even if you go to the president with this explanation, I'm not sure the president will fire him for that. Because he had a choice to make. Whether to do his duty as a deputy minister or to comply with the asset declaration. And the ministers are allowed with certain level of discretion. So in his thinking, he thought what was best for the state. And what did I say?
Yeah.
The most important thing is that and then I will declare no. You get it?
Yeah.
But the law says that o declare may be see no. On financial envelope no see we no fan come auditor general. And no we declare the asset. So they a blank papers na shame so ye na den obi anim. And mind you, asset declaration no enye enema won kwa a car would then so count.
Oh, okay.
A car would your liabilities should form part of it.
Okay.
Until you declare the car, what you loan or bank, I was all three. Or company, we not company no a defaulted on loan, I was all three. What is it?
Yeah.
So just a name away in Nana, Ubi or her, then fancy or back office, no the car $100 million. Or declare an asset one, just what the car $100 million. Right? Or better now office 8 years. Well, we ask 100 million said 100 million to your car. But one sit down, one talk car, and the one you are going on your crown for one fashion.
Okay.
But in the end, no real $100 million.
Yeah.
That's why when you owe, you have to write it as liability in your asset declaration.
Okay.
But the question, the fundamental issue is that nobody knows what you declared.
Yeah.
That's the fundamental issue. So up until the day that we decide that we should open it up for people to know, I wouldn't see that process as credible.
Okay.
Because people have dreams and they can write their dreams in it and achieve it later.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Izzy? Yeah. Are you cool with it?
Yeah, I'm cool.
Okay. Let me ask this question. The Ghana Bar Association. Are they a governmental institution?
So, unim asari Pentecost. Unim Merku Kron. Ghana Bar Association. I don't know.
Oh. How?
It is just an association. When we sit here and we decide that, let's form a morning show association. The Ghana Bar Association for you pay. The Constitution doesn't recognize Ghana Bar Association. No.
Oh, really?
No.
And see, they are just an association.
Yes. You see, you have more here, Ghana higher say. by default, General Legal Council recognize them as the mother association of lawyers. What I say? And by default, Oko Ghana Law School ni Makola no. Now we are Utria won near man Utria for graduation near. It is their dues and registration is part of the things you pay. So by default, you become a member of Ghana Bar Association. By default, Unyako Law School, Ghana Hana call Makola ni by default, you are a member of Ghana Bar Association because you pay everything there.
Okay.
And you know one thing about Ghana Bar Association?
No.
They have over 5,000 members in Ghana.
Yeah.
Say resolution and what's the money? Okay, yentin si mai. When him say, if in 1992, Ebeka and Neya Yekase, Yanya 7 chief justices in Ghana.
Yeah.
When him do NDC appointed?
1.
And even the one,
I think was contested.
Of course,
vigorously by
Ghana,
the NPP.
Ghana Bar Association, men can't be Ghana Bar Association, the court.
Yeah.
Yet, yes, is here. Party Ben a due minus since 92 up to today.
Okay, so NDC D. One more term we
Oh, the Fakam, say John Mahama Ukraina NDC president in Abeba. Do the 4 years in the back count.
Still, I show my
NDC na D do pa because all the 4 years no can 8 years no one 820. I feel na we no more 16. And this enka oh sha him for nka was one appointed chief justice do do.
But then Biana, you the NDC didn't see the need for it then. But MPP saw the need.
Of course. If MPP saw the need and did what they did, appointed 7 chief justices across the period, and of course one would say oh Ebiana or do retirement bra MPP war power fine. In the end, anytime NDC be appointed chief justice or would want to do something concerning the legal framework, the Ghana Bar Association has a problem, but never have a problem with a MPP. What the upper ma NDC or Motiabam, let them try to appoint what do you call it, a parliamentary candidate to the position of a chief justice. Now when you Ghana Bar Association Becca. See, a MPP appointed by one cafe.
The Ghana Legal Council, for them, they are state.
Yes, it's a state institution. And let's even talk about Sahara conference you are mid-year conference you are for the past 3 years for the past 3 years and the settings of the Ghana Bar Association. Do you know who? The setting of the Ghana legal system architecture, do you know who the leader of the bar is?
Who?
The Attorney General.
Okay.
The Attorney General is the leader of the bar. And the Ghana Bar Association, woman Attorney General. So how do you do a meeting without informing who your president or the leader is?
Okay. All right.
Is that a NDC MPs?
Yeah.
So I'm more call a friend saying, I'm more call a meeting. No man, why are gamani? And let me tell you about this thing. When they went for the meeting, out of 5,000 people, 200 people showed up. Okay.
Out of 5,000.
Out of 5,000.
Only 200 showed up.
Only 200 people showed up. Okay. And when the 200 people showed up, they left. 150 out of the 200 left because it was about to rain. Yes, they left.
Okay.
Leaving how many? 50.
Yeah.
Out of the 50, 7 abstained from taking part of the decision into NIPA 47. NIPA 43. In a taking decision, now I'm saying a resolution. I beg, give me the definition of a resolution.
Our lecturer is.
Yes. So you take these decisions and you think it is binding. They see themselves as the most powerful institution in Ghana. That annoys me. Ghana Bar Association, have you found it?
Yes,
Really?
a resolution, a firm decision to do or not to do something.
Okay. Does it have other meanings?
Come in, the quality of being determined, and then the process of solving or ending a problem or disagreement. Yeah, that's it.
Okay. So let's take the definition of the quality. Let's use the quality. Do you think out of 5,000 people, if 43 of these people meet and do a resolution, do you find that resolution to be quality?
No.
It can be.
No. Even if it was 1,000 people,
it
still
can be.
Can't be. You need to get the majority
of
the
course
people on your side.
Okay. So in other definitions, an official decision that is made after a group or organization has voted.
Has what?
Voted. So out of 5,000, we have 43 votes on a decision.
Of
And
course.
how does that become the official decision of the group?
That's where the problem is. And they are even using Article 129 to justify that the president was wrong in suspending the Chief Justice. I beg, read, find Ransford France versus Attorney General. Ransford France versus Attorney General and the EC. You see it versus EC, but
I don't know if we have. Okay, I know the law has different interpretations. For that one, I know. When it comes to law, there is no one particular interpretation to a certain law. But then, the majority of lawyers are condemning the stance of the Ghana Bar Association.
Have you seen it?
Are they not part of the Ghana Bar Association?
They are. I told you by default. Ghana Law School, they are part of Ghana Bar Association.
And the association, the president of the association, having seen the members of the same association condemning a stance of the association, why are they not retracting whatever?
So I'm a Kabiyama Abanya, also I'm a Kabiyama opposition, and I win him. You don't know this whole thing is political. They came out to say the president hasn't done any wrong, and they should allow the process to go through. Just have you seen it?
Yes.
Judgment. Flip upward. Flip downwards. You see, read that first line. Read that first line for me.
On 6th July 2012, the plaintiff, a citizen of Ghana, issued a writ to evoke the original jurisdiction of this court, endorsed with the following beliefs. A declaration that upon a true and proper interpretations of Article 23, 51 and 296 of C, the first defendant in the exercise of its functions and discretional power in creating new constituencies is required to make by constitutional instruments regulations not inconsistent with the Constitution or any other law to govern the exercise of its discretionary power.
What do you say?
No, please.
Okay. What the plaintiffs sought to do was that the EC doesn't have discretion to create new constituencies, and that because they used their discretion to do it, they needed to have an ally. You get it?
Yeah.
Which the Justice Dateba said it was not. It doesn't contradict the law.
The law.
You get it?
Yeah.
That was the essence. And then Ghana Bar Association at the back of this judgment, say the president used discretionary power to suspend the Chief Justice into unlawful. Okay, let's check Article 146.
Yeah.
The parents' law upon which I the Chief Justice. When you read
that law, it gives the president discretion to suspend the Chief Justice. So that part is cured. Senka lacuna, if when they say lacuna, they say it in law, it's a hole, like something that wasn't addressed in law. If there was lacuna at Article 146 on the president discretionary, a hon and 129 no, abeka say because say Samra we nka ho hwe ninti yemfa we in place of, but a man has dealt with it. Oh, come on. I'm not a lawyer, but I know this. So why is the Ghana Bar Association doing this to themselves?
People have begun questioning their
Master baby,
their
this
bias.
youth now abano you mushi you. I'm saying this in the positive way, not you they say we are rowdy, you mushi, because we read and we understand. The law is English. The law is common sense. You get it? Indeed, you cannot just wake up one day and feel that mood swings are back. Inti mrano, I can't say, but I can't say.
So
you get it?
On what grounds are they challenging the suspension of the Chief Justice, with which they are threatening to petition the president if he doesn't revoke the...
Na petition yema. Okay, the change free for the petition yakwa me aje. Na Ghana Bar Association na de petition kwa yenye. Obi had the petition kwa ebeje. Inti petition om de kwasa sen. Say president na nyede.
Yes, what for
Me say president be obi take his decision way. President obi take contrary decision to what your mama has done is subject to impeachment. And one aspect of sa de na omoye no every friend saying sa resolution no ko pass na ya adwen ma so say Article 146 na say it should be done in camera, in secret. One, it needs to discuss a petition no. It needs to bobo nipa the petition no call ye and some cause of petition needs to beka. Ghana Bar Association say yan to sa constitutional provisions we nyina ngu. Near ma bontin me chirichirim. More lawyer for so na mo say asem wo court wa. Yenka meboa. We don't make contemptuous comments. We don't prejudice cases in front of the law court. More monkrofo they are saying ya could do court. Are we trying to preempt or prejudice the court or what? I think Ghana Bar Association has lost its way.
Okay.
The association was set up to fight for the welfare of lawyers.
Okay.
Not to meddle in political issues.
Okay.
Mo pesa mo ya politics a monte party. Mo pesa mo kasama MPP a mo ko MPP no mo nyama official wing of the New Patriotic Party. But you people cannot hide behind neutrality and then be doing the kind of things that you guys do. It doesn't make sense to me. If this is the kind of bar association that we are going to have, then I don't want to be part of it. I'm telling you for the fact. I won't be a hypocrite and then feel that my interest today should make my principles shift tomorrow. You get it?
Yeah.
Principles should be principles. Of course, sometimes you compromise on them, kakra, but your principle, the core principle, should be the core principle. Emra, the law is the law. And I'm using the Chief Justice's own words.
Yeah.
The law is the law. Emra say, Chief Justice, no, then ask him back. You forward it to the Council of State. Council of State and find the prima facie case. Find the prima facie case. You setting up committee. No more you set a committee. You are committee. You recommendation. The recommendation is binding on the president. And to say the bet me about a committee in better answer. No, Chief Justice. One year money there. Money so one case on year money. So money.
Yeah, because they are going to reinstate her.
Of course. Now say yeah, the answer be go abonting. And you see, Ghana so allegation sells. Some allegation on you, know. People will just take their allegation and go to town with it.
The fact or the truth.
Of course.
And when the truth comes out to you, they are not going to
kill
it like that.
No, I feel no or new. Say you won't na ya or mon fan kwa one thing for can be no.
But have you had the knowledge on the votes that came out from the Council of State?
Only 31. Nipa ba ko na abstain here.
Yeah. Omo kan nyina vote and they voted in favor
of course, only one person. Justice of Ayakufu.
Yeah. On Ukraine say vote
one vote on the abstaining on the also on to be cry.
Yeah.
Probably because of conflict of interest.
Of course. So on them woman na you mother.
Yeah.
And I need you be man so na appoint you woman until it makes sense. But if you put all these things together, and then sanka obiya bono and can you see account say if the chief justice cannot answer for some allegations leveled against her, then obibo krono krana allegation can you see the court mpoko kan ho asemo. Because you see, we take allegations to the court to prove,
verify whether it's true
or not. So everything that goes to court is allegations. The Ghana Bar Association exists because of allegations people make on others. So Kobian allege and Kiyan lawyer. What I say? Yeah. Allegation in New say Kobian fa lawyer nyehwe. Because somebody will put allegation on me, I'll need a lawyer to go and defend me in court.
Sure.
And then or more pro more to send ye air course we been see that. The fact say you chief justice be dealing pending say you foul as someone to be some far court e mani to twanye na hoda.
Okay.
At a point we must allow the state institution free hand to operate. What is this micromanagement?
What is this micromanagement stated by Mr. Dubik Stephen? Is he? When Ghana Bar Association yaje.
Nene na ansanya ma make my friend say.
O say o ma kwada adwen ho ehun say no at say na ye.
O ma Red Cross our publication and they should come out and redraw. Say oh yeah and you can we are retracting that statement we made earlier. Upon deeper reflection, we realized that the president was
he flawed.
Yes, what he did was unlawful. He breached the constitution. And do you know the danger of this? Once you are able to say, once you say that the president has breached the constitution, you are supposed to start impeachment processes. It is a Ghana Bar Association. Say John Mahama Ayabonia, they should push for his impeachment.
His impeachment, okay. All right. That is his final say on. Is he? You have a final say on that?
No.
Okay. Let's do the last topic as our time is almost up. The oral team. We thought it was dead. Oral. No, I said bedai. Kiki bina show. Now you will hold no more sometime. The Attorney General mounts platform to unleash some bombs on some people that we don't even know where these bombs are coming from. He says that he has charged Mr. Dubois, his wife, and some other 2 people with 11 counts. Theft, money laundering, impersonation, and just name it.
We cried this.
I'll see it next weekend. So, NSS scandal, free massive to SHS, SkyTrain,
and free
Wi-Fi.
And what do you home?
And also assign.
Then you know so cars or the free Wi-Fi. One and unless I don't know how he would do it. But these things.
How is that man centered in most of this? Yeah.
Oh. No, I didn't pass on me no way.
Okay. But I saw your favorite for presidential.
I won't go find a say it.
Wow.
So you see,
yes, that the oral team.
I won't even. The oral team has done it. Is done with its job. Now it is the job of the AG to prosecute and investigate further. And I think that they are low-hanging fruit. What they are going after are the obvious ones.
Okay.
What I say, things will come out. Yes, things will come out. Let them do what they want to do. Finish with what they are trying to do. When they are done with that, you see the kind of things that will pop out.
But I don't see why. Because you realized just last 3 days, Edu Buahin sealed the Attorney General for defamation. The office of the Special Prosecutor.
It is a tactic.
And right afterwards, Attorney General comes out with these charges.
And said they knew.
So why should he wait?
No.
So this
long. You see, he wasn't waiting.
What was he doing then?
He had to take them to court, and it goes through a process. You understand? Edubuahi knew where the issues were getting to. Mind you, he also has lawyers, and his lawyers are paid to free him, make sure he's free. So the lawyers will use all the tools available
to delay.
Yes, or either to find ways to get him free. You get it?
Okay.
But if you look at the evidence that has been presented to us.
So what do you expect from this? And is he going to do jail, or he's just going to be fined or something?
I don't know. I know you're caught, say. You get it?
But looking at the crime.
Looking at the crimes,
$7 million, another 62 million Ghana cedis.
And only any fan charge, you know. Only Ghana what afford, you know.
Charges.
And also be charging separately. One thing and he said he would charge him on that crime separately.
And no pay crown, so no new information about what new acquired properties of him somewhere.
And now next week they will go back to court, and the Attorney General is pushing that they shouldn't grant him bail. They should keep him in police custody, because the prison custody, because or say the letter that he has seen. So Muja Eduwa Henona Nama Wantia. He will try to temper with
the evidence.
Of course.
Okay.
In the court and finance.
So for now he's being kept?
No, not yet.
Okay.
And so they will go and argue that, I think, next week.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, but how can one man be this greedy? For me, I don't know. I think that
Eduwa Henona Pinato.
Hey.
Eduwa his
then
money,
we should brace ourselves.
Me say Eduwa his money is peanut. You hear? You will hear. Nanka itimi ko Bob is 11 yeah, kwaje bonds. 8 years no. 8 years okay kaboma you trim $13 billion.
Yeah.
Dollars.
Yeah.
Now mine are bankrupt.
Yeah.
$13 billion in 8 years. And we have bond market to international bond market near kwaje yankwa your bilateral loans yeah treasury bills are your bond your domestic bonds are and no count. A good for Adobane debt stock you're saying 120 billion or Cornell saying 700 and something. Maybe
yeah.
Into 123 700 in my cousin. Into what the Bosnia over 500 billion cedis.
Yeah.
Now we'll corner still our minor the car. We'll still at the country is any campo a bankrupt. She knew manum not a state institution like NITA. Now my account 25 Ghana cedis.
Hey, yeah, the busy. Our time is up. This is where we'll be drawing the curtains on the show this morning. But so much more to happen after the breakfast show. We have some soothing music. It's a jam day. It's a holiday. So expect some much more music from our DJs in the studio. DJ Charm, DJ Q, DJ Rock. And no, Mubama Higher. And it's a holiday. Ope baby, I do big girl. Akwatna ada no. Ashe senya bekwa kosia. You can pass through a field lounge. A field lounge is located at Anya, the Anya Municipal Assembly Road. Yeah, you can locate a field lounge there. They have some very delicious food. There they have a serene environment that you can relax and chit chat. Obi girl. Maybe Obi girl na make.
Why Obi girl and not your girl?
Obi girl. And then we
told you Obi girl another.
So yes, it has been a pleasure with you. We wish you all a beautiful holiday. Have fun, but don't drink and drive. Enjoy the rest of your day.
Drink and sleep.
GhanaTalks Radio, #1.
Are you ready to amplify your business or brand's reach and make a meaningful impact in Ghana and beyond? Partner with GhanaTalks Radio today to connect with a diverse audience across Ghana and beyond. Elevate your brand through on-air promotions and social media. Boost your brand during prime time. With Ghana Talks Radio, you can extend your reach across digital platforms. Ghana Talks Radio is not just a station, it is a community hub where your brand becomes part of the conversation. Join us in fostering connections, celebrating culture, and making a lasting impression. For customized sponsorship packages and enquiries, email contact@GhanaTalksRadio.com or call +233 202 544614. Ghana Talks Radio, giving the youth a voice.
This is Ghana Talks Radio, the best station rocking the nation.